Guys, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys, man. Happy Thursday. Seems like this week just flew on by, man, right? You know? Because I'm going to drop the link early, right? That's what I'm going to do. Because, guys, I think last week we talked about being single in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? Well, guys, today we're going to talk about being single in your 20s, or why I believe men should stay single throughout their 20s, right, guys? Guys, your 20s is probably the most important. I would say your 20s and then 45 to 55. I would say your 20s and your late 40s. I know that your late 40s. Yeah, I would say here your 20s and your 40s are the most important decades in a man's life, right? And I'll get into that here in a second. So, guys, anyone who wants to join the stream, just hit the button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the StreamYard link. You can come on up. And guys, I'm going to share some of my stories, guys, because I haven't really shared a lot of my stories in a while, you know? So let's see. We have Rajai. What's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you as usual, you know? Rajai has been a long supporter of the channel. He was I think he was like in my first 116 subs. So, hey, man, how you doing? Good to see you. Let me see. Tim Hicks, what's up, dude? You know, Keyshawn's here, DTM's here, Julius is here, Steve is here. What's up, Steve? It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Tenacity is here. Daniel's here. Red Door is here. Who else? Montrell, what's up, dude? Chris Mike, what's up, dude? It's good to see you, man. I had a sound effect for Chris Mike, but I forget what it was. It's a good one, Chris. Done. Okay, I just have to remember what the sound effect that for you was. Evil's here. Brian Tucker's here. Yorgie's here. Kelvin, hey, what's up, man? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, man. You know? Oh, it's Julius's birthday today, he said. Hey, Julius, happy birthday, man. You know? Good to see you. Secret. I see you, pal. What is that? Okay. Secret, you just disconnected your devices, man. Well, we'll connect your device, pal, and I'll bring you up. So, yeah, guys. Okay. Let's break the news first, guys, and then we will get into the topic here. All right. So let's break some news. There you are. Let's break. Nope. Okay.
The woman who lured a man to an Albuquerque park where he was involved in a fatal shooting is sentenced for her crime. In 2022, Anna Dukes lured a man through social media to a park where she and her accomplice, Adrian Avila, intended to rob him.
There you go, guys. Homeboy got over some nay, right? Right, Secret? You know? She probably said that she's going to lay that thunder throat down on him, and he met her in the park, and freaking Jorge jumped out of the woods, took him out. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to be careful. Who are you saying?
And what I find so ironic is when you listen to these bitter itches talk about, reveling in glee when a brother got overseas about being set up. And I'm like, you get equally just as set up, if not more over here.
Exactly. Yep. At least the chick who will set you up in Colombia is hotter.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. True that.
If you're gonna get set up, you might as well get set up by a dime piece, you know? Julius, hey man, thanks for the membership, my friend. I appreciate that.
Once there, the victim's brother, Elias Otero, attempted to stop them, but he was shot and killed by Avila.
Damn.
Dukes took a plea deal, pleading guilty to 2 counts of armed robbery. Judge David Murphy heard statements from both the victim's family and Dukes before handing down his sentence.
This was a coordinated plan, and you used yourself as bait to lure a man for a robbery and to be killed. These are the plain facts of this case. You were involved in this homicide. It'd be remiss if I let you leave this courtroom without acknowledging those plain facts before me.
She was sentenced to 5 years behind bars.
Look at that, guys. Do you think that was enough time?
Only 5 years.
Yeah, that's
5
crazy,
years.
huh? That's how much a man's life is worth. Here you go, guys. We'll do 2 more stories, and then we will move into the topic. And Secret, I'm glad you're here because you're former military, so.
Iowa woman with multiple theft and forgery charges across central Iowa and out of state is now in custody. Clive,
Ohio, Iowa, Florida.
Police say 24-year-old Emma Corneliuson faces charges going back at least 6 years.
KCCI's Kayla James is live outside of the Polk County Jail where Corneliuson is being held right now without bail. Kayla.
Well, forgery, identity theft, money laundering, and those are just some of the charges Corneliuson faces according to court documents, and that's just here in Iowa. Now, there are 4 cases in the metro area from 2019 and 2021 that different jurisdictions have been looking into, including Clive Police Department.
Our victim, she was a customer of Orange Theory in Clive. That victim left her purse inside the car when it was burglarized.
Dang.
That was back in 2021, which is when this post from the Clive Police Department's Facebook page was made, showing an old mugshot of Emma Corneliuson with "wanted" in capital letters. That post updated and shared Monday morning to reflect Corneliuson's arrest on Sunday.
She was actually picked up from, I believe, a traffic stop.
There was a warrant out for her arrest out of the state of Minnesota for credit card fraud in 2022. But before that date,
Yeah, if she would have been caught during that time, she would have probably been still in jail.
Clive detective Mario Coleman says Corneliuson had a list of charges. Clive Police, Des Moines, Johnston, and West Des Moines all named as agencies with cases looking into her in 2019 and 2021.
Look at
I believe she basically left the state to the point where she wasn't probably being contacted by law enforcement.
Court records from February of 2021 charging Corneliuson with an unauthorized use of a credit card give a glimpse of what she would do. The criminal complaint alleging Corneliuson had broke into a vehicle and stole the victim's purse.
Look at that.
There are similar accounts in a number of court documents spanning several cases.
Guys, you can't trust these 304s as far as you can throw them. You know? I told you guys, they're thieves, they're liars, they're fraudsters, right? Come on, man. Absolutely insane.
Investigators say she would then try and sometimes succeed in using what she stole to purchase gift cards.
Taking a stolen credit card and actually committing a credit card forgery by buying something that can disguise as real cash. It's money laundering 101.
Coleman says it's a type of activity observed from the Felony Lane Gang, a group he says originated in Florida but spread, involving men and women breaking into vehicles and stealing purses and wallets.
Look at that, guys. Now, guys, here we have one more story, okay? And guys, look at this. Watch. Check this out.
Former LAPD officer says her ex-boyfriend, also an officer, framed her after she accused him of domestic violence.
Tonight, she's speaking out about evidence she claims the department ignored. Fox 11's Gina Silva live in Pasadena with those details. Gina?
That's right. This domestic violence case is raising serious questions about accountability within the LAPD. According to this former LAPD officer, she says that when she complained about abuse, she is the one who was punished.
Welcome to a man's world, right? You mean that you got fired on some trumped up charges for something that you didn't do? Gee, sounds like equality, right? Right, guys?
How are other victims supposed to come forward? This is exactly why I didn't want to come forward.
Former LAPD officer Tani Ramirez filed a domestic violence restraining order on October 20th, 2023, against her ex-boyfriend, Jorge Ruben Alvarado, also an LAPD officer. Several months later, Tani was the one who lost her job.
I lost my reputation. Everything that I worked hard for is gone. People are asking me, well, what happened? How do I tell people what happened to me? I was framed for domestic violence and time fraud.
Look at that, guys. Guys, do you honestly think she was framed? Guys, do you honestly think that this is all made up? That they fired her for no reason? Someone says now she knows what us normal people go through. Someone says the city never needed a 5-foot girl in blue. Oh, they were co-workers. Someone says she was fired for time fraud, not for DV. Facts. Look at that, guys. This sounds like equality.
How do I tell people that?
After filing the restraining order against her ex, Tani says he turned around and accused her of domestic violence and showed the LAPD a photo of his bruised arm.
He presented a conversation over text. He had a bruise. He asked me where he got it. I said, oh yeah, you did get that bruise in my house. Yeah, that's probably where I squeezed you. But then he cropped it. The next sentence was, not that you did it. I think I got it from sleeping.
When a victim of domestic violence reports abuse, it is not uncommon for the abuser to turn around and
Doesn't it sound like she was actually beating him up and then tried to do something to him first, but then he ended up getting her last, right? That's what it sounds like, right, guys?
That the abused is the abuser.
Attorney Nicole Castronova, who represents Ramirez, says the LAPD ignored key evidence, incling the full text exchange.
Yeah. Tim Hicks, that's what he was saying.
When you look at the full text
this
string,
attorneys, look at all this makeup, these eyelashes. You're an attorney. You know what I mean? Come on.
You can see that he said, I got this bruise on my arm from sleeping on it. And my client provided that to the department. I myself provided it to the department.
She adds that the time card fraud claim stems from the time Ramirez called in to care for her terminally ill brother, who has since died.
I actually used family ill. He was already in hospice. The policy doesn't state I can't leave the house to run errands.
Look at that.
She says her ex.
See? So she was probably in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Told LAPD that she had also applied for the Beverly Hills Police Department during her leave. Ramirez admits she had applied in hopes of getting away.
Did you hear that, guys? She was putting in applications while she was on the clock at her actual job.
From him. Now Ramirez is fighting to get her job back, and she has this advice for victims of domestic violence.
Don't be afraid. Someone's going to listen to you. You're going to have to really stand firm on your faith. God will never leave you.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Does anyone believe any of this? Guys, what a joke. What an absolute joke.
The LAPD does not comment on personnel matters, but during the investigation of this case, it was discovered that the department has not been reporting domestic violence cases involving its own officers. And that's even though there is a state law that requires it. Susan, Laura? I'm sorry, Marla.
All right. So, guys, okay, let's get into the topic. Guys. Anyone who wants to call in, guys, hit the StreamYard link, Because I think that you should stay single in your 20s, right? Single meaning not married, right? Guys, bang chicks, be in some, I would say short to midterm relationships, You guys always keep your own interests first. I'm not trying to say don't date. I'm not trying to say don't have a girlfriend, but guys, there's a couple of caveats that I will say when I say girlfriend, right? Okay. Secret, what do you think about men staying single in their 20s?
So I think it boils down to always keeping your head, still in your square, and learn from the people who have made the mistakes.
Fact.
And so you really do need to, in your 20s and 30s, those peak years, you really do need to put yourself first. In addition to putting yourself first, your purpose, your mission, your purpose, your goals, that needs to be second. And a woman should always, always be a distant third.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially during your 20s and 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Because, how can I put it? In the chat.
Well, let's prioritize those secret. It should be your purpose, your health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your purpose, your health, your purpose, your health, your money game, obviously. You know what I mean? Any pets, and then women. And health and money can tie. You know what I'm saying? Or all are intertwined in your purpose, But guys, like Secret has said, guys, you can have women in your life, but you cannot let them affect your decisions. Secret said this during the Veterans Day special. He made a good point. Never let a woman influence your decisions. I think Korg said it and Secret said it. Guys in the military, especially, if there's some different promotion or some job or whatever, some transfer that you can get to a really cool place, you don't be like, I don't want to leave my girlfriend because she doesn't want me to go. Beta. Come on, dude. Come on.
Do not make decisions based on scarcity. One of my sayings is don't solve temporary problems in a way that will create bigger problems later. Yeah. And so, people, how can I put it? I've said it before. One of the lessons that I wish I would have learned earlier is the whole assets and liabilities. And so for me, assets are things that put more money, more time, more resources. They add value to you, your life, your mission, your purpose, and liabilities subtract from it.
Yeah.
And if you can early on decide the woman that you are dealing with, is she an asset or a liability to me, my mission, my life, my purpose? And I guarantee you, 8 out of 10 times, the answer is going to be unequivocally, she's a liability.
Yeah. That's why I was saying that. I know, guys, put a 1 in this chat if you've asked a girl out on a date and you're like, all right, let's go out on Friday. Let's just say that you meet this girl on a Monday. Well, nowadays it'll be you meet her on Monday. You guys are texting for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, FaceTiming, doing all this foolishness. You say, I'll meet you somewhere next Friday. So that whole week, you're looking forward to it. She's hot, she's cool, whatever. And then that Friday, after that long day of school and work or PT for the military, you get home, take a shower, get dressed, get in the car, drive halfway there, and you're like, you know what, to hell with this, and just turn around and go back home. Go back home, crack open a beer, put a steak on the stove, cook that bad boy with a baked potato, and watch Saving Private Ryan by yourself. Guys, I've done that multiple times. I've done it, guys. It's the end of the week, and you're just like driving, like, I this is not worth it. You're doing that cost benefit analysis. I have to here I am in my 20s working some barely above minimum wage job, or you're a young army guy not making much, right? or you're in college, you don't have much, right? And you're like, I'm gonna go out to some restaurant, listen to this broad, spend like $120 for what? For what? I can spend $12, get a pizza, you know what I mean? Maybe even spoil myself and get some wings. Stay home, you know what I'm saying? Watch the Shawshank Redemption. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Yeah. So here it is. How does a man in his late 20s deal with being single, short, and inexperienced, right? So guys, there's a couple of Reddit threads that I'm gonna show you guys. This guy says, I'm sitting here at a restaurant at a table all by myself. This is a common situation for me. I often spend a lot of time alone. I've never had a real girlfriend. It's been years now since I've been on a date. Just about all dates I've been on in the past, hardly ever left the first date. I'm white, straight, short in height, average looking at best. I'm also on the spectrum. You can tell that this guy has spent a lot of time looking in the mirror and doubting himself, right? It's incredibly difficult around here to find a community. Just about all my former childhood friends are married with kids, and some have multiple kids. I'm in a young adult small group at church. Oh, a singles group. But the attendance of its members are very spotty. My group leaders have had to cancel a bowling event because only me and another guy attend. Bottom line, this is soul crushing. Now, secret. Let's think about some of the stuff he's doing wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, he's sitting at a restaurant eating by himself, right? Why? Guys, he's in his 20s, cook food. You know what I'm saying? Number two, it sounds like he really hasn't made any type of attempt to actually go on meetup.com and find a group of dudes to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Guys, there's plenty of ways that you can Chris says that he refuses to date women of color. Who's this? I must have missed something in the chat. Okay, but anyways, number three, he's at a church with a singles ministry with no people in it. Guys, most churches, the singles ministry is full of chicks, right, Secret?
As a matter of fact, when I listen to this, one of the many things that I've learned is you attract people to you by becoming an attractive person.
Exactly. Yep.
No one, just if you look at Hunting 101, anything you chase runs away from you. And so you really do so here's the thing, triangle. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you finish, and I'm gonna pimp some game onto the chat.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna pull up a thing that we can.
I want to see.
We can take notes.
Only if I see a bunch of Hulk emojis. If I see a bunch of Hulk emojis, I'm gonna pimp the chat on Sunday. I want to see Hulk. I want to see a bunch of Hulk emojis.
Chris Mike says, he's white, short, and average. He just used to date an Asian broad. Yeah, Asian chicks like white dudes, and they're all short. And guys, sorry, but Asian dudes from Asia kind of act like they have the tism anyway, so he wouldn't be any different than an Asian dude, But so when he says he's short, whatever, a little bit, guys, this goes through his mind all the time. I'm short, I'm average looking, blah, 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 right? Guys, don't be this guy. And guys, here's the thing. This guy's actually, if he's got a decent job, he's in a good spot. But guys, telling someone that they're single and that they're better off that way would be like you finally being rich and having rich people problems and stress, and telling someone who's upper class, dude, you're better off just chilling making it pretty good than having rich, famous people problems. It's kind of hard to explain to people. You know what I'm saying? So now there's a couple responses here. This guy says, okay, now guys, this has to be the worst advice I've ever heard. Seagrip, help me out. Everyone in the chat, I need you to put worst advice when I'm done reading this, right? This guy says, just friend up women casually in a convo, and if you vibe, ask her out. Do it with every girl you find attractive. Closed mouths don't get fed. So the biggest lie is that she'll come to you. You sheltered yourself because you grew up in church. I got fed up with church. I'm free living with my life and dating. Guys, look at that.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Just make friends with a bunch of chicks, then ask them out. Secret. How stupid is that? Here, you have the floor, my friend. How dumb is that of advice?
Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna take it a little bit slow because I'm about to really so this is something like this just really makes me about to be unprofessional. So with that being said, that's literally the worst advice. So men, FYI, women are extractors of everything.
Everything,
your time, your energy, your money, and so
your soul.
The worst advice, never. So we call that being a beta orbiter.
Yeah.
Do not be a beta orbiter. And in your mind, have these covert contracts. I call it a covert contract because in your head, you can be, no, let me phrase that. We've been indoctrinated in this country that we need to acquiesce and just do everything we want and give everything exactly.
Yeah.
So and so these covert contracts is when you say in your head, look, I'm a nice guy. I call it the baby face syndrome. I'll buy your clothes, I'll pay your rent. Don't do that crazy stuff because here's the thing: if you treat a woman like a star, she's always going to treat you like a fan. And these women, how can I put it? You don't want to be a woman's man by proxy.
Yeah,
facts. And so, because these women will use you until they can't use you no more, and then they'll find someone else to use. They will use you to fight their battles, help pay their bills. They will come talk to you about all the men that are dicking them down and decimating them and destroying them and wondering what they can do to never be a beta orbiter. That's the worst advice ever. One of the things that I've learned is, so I once said on one of these panels, is having a mindset of abundance and not being invested in the outcome. When I am interacting with just about almost anyone, male or woman, I don't get involved with people thinking that if I do this, then they're going to do that. I do because I choose to, without any expectation of reciprocity. Now, it's nice when it happens, but I'm not invested in the outcome. When I'm interacting with a woman and taking her out, there was a time if I spent $1 on you, some things were going to happen. But that's not. But once you grow past that, and you do that by being focused on what your goals are. What are you looking to accomplish? And being every opportunity you get, whether it's weekly, monthly, yearly, trying to be 1% better than you were previously. And so once you have that abundance mindset,
Secret, you should surround yourself with people.
That's the next.
Where every time you talk to them, they're doing better than they were before.
Iron sharpened iron.
Thank you.
Too many of us are lone wolves, and I'm that way as well too. And I've been that way for years. I'm comfortable in my own skin, in my own space, and and I had a tight knit group of people I interacted with, and I soon got to the point to where I was growing past them. You know, you never want to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I needed to develop my own wolf pack, like-minded men who I could interact with, work with, partner with, but also learn from. And so I'm an asset to the people that I allow in my life, and in ways they're an asset to me.
Yeah.
And so that goes back to that whole asset and liability. And this is something that I wish someone would have taught me earlier. And the next thing is find a mentor.
Yeah.
But it has to be someone that not only are you getting value from them guiding you, teaching you, being able to spitball ideals off them, but you're also adding value to them.
Yeah.
You know, one of my mentors used to say, you know, growing up, we don't lack the capacity to learn. We only lack a teacher.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And guys, once again, you don't know how much you don't know until you start learning how much more is out there. And then you also don't know how much you don't know until you have a mentor that can change your very way of thinking, right? Like, I've had mentors in my life where they kind of guide you into all these new realms and these new ways of thinking, and you're just like, wow, I didn't know any of this. Like, I thought that I had it all figured out. And guys, most guys, especially guys in their 20s, don't. They don't. Guys in their 30s and 40s don't. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, guys, your 20s is, I would put your 20s and your 40s tied for how important they are. Okay? Because your 20s is when you really start to figure yourself out. You put yourself in situations where you can ruin the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. In your 20s, getting some girl pregnant, getting an SA charge, you're doing something stupid and getting in a car accident and getting paralyzed. You know what I'm saying? All this crazy stuff. But your 40s is when you're supposed to really, really be dialing your life in so that you can get built up for retirement. You know what I'm saying? You look at how many guys get cooked in their 20s and in their 40s. These guys get some broad pregnant and have to do the right thing and marry her in their 20s, or they get cooked and divorced in their 40s. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, those two are where you have to be the most careful. So, but guys, here's some advice for 20-year-olds, right? We could add to this list, you know? Guys, never let women influence your decisions. A single guy in his 20s, guys, you should only be taking advice from men, period. The only women who you should listen to is your grandmother, your great-grandmother, someone that grew up when there was real hardship and there was real dudes around, or if you have that one friend who's a foreigner, whose mom or grandma comes from some war-torn country and has a really, really traditional mindset, you can maybe listen to her. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been through some shit. You know what I mean? And they don't believe in these goofy, girly beta males either. You know what I'm saying? Never let women influence your decisions. Okay? Do you guys know I had a teacher in middle school? Guys, he got drafted to the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball team. Do you guys know he didn't go? He didn't go because his wife didn't want to move to Pittsburgh. Look at that, guys. Look at that. What an absolute goof. What a dunderhead.
Beta male.
And now he's been teaching middle school math for like 30 years. Never let a woman influence your decisions, especially when you're trying to build your life up, guys. That has to be the dumbest thing that you could ever do. If you have a promotion and you have to move from San Francisco to Cheyenne, Wyoming, I'm not gonna move, man. I don't want to leave my girlfriend, man. Please.
Beta male.
Come on, dude. I know a guy, he had a full ride scholarship to an Ivy League school. But instead, he stayed in my hometown and went to a local college to stay with his high school girlfriend. Look at that, guys.
Beta male.
Look at that. What an absolute idiot. All because
I like the point that you made. Look,
keep going.
No, I like the point you made about staying mobile, because
yeah.
Some of the best opportunities that happened in my life was being able to pack up and go.
Yep.
I was able to pack up and go join the military because there was nothing tying me to where I was from, and even the opportunity that I have right now, I was able to pack up and relocate across the country because no wife, no kids. And even now, as I'm looking at retiring in the next 3 to 5 years, there's nothing keeping me here in the United States. And so I always knew I was going to be an expat and travel the world.
Well, do you know?
And
see how many guys have missed out on opportunities all because they got married early or they had a girlfriend? Because remember, guys, one of the reasons why there's a pay gap, quote unquote, is because men will move for more money. Secret, if you had a job and you were in Newark and you're making $120 a year, and they said, Secret, we're opening up a new finance office in Salt Lake City, and we'll give you $180K. You're moving to Salt Lake, right?
Yeah. I've actually moved to, like I said, Army, of course, moved. I moved to come to Texas for the opportunity that I have now, and about 2.5 years, in less than 3 years, I got a promotion and I had to go live up near New York. And so, my ability to pack up and go has brought opportunities in my life. And speaking of those opportunities, men, there's nothing wrong with. So first of all, there's risks in everything we do.
Yep.
And in your 20s and 30s, that's when you can take those risks. Now, I'm not saying being dumb and reckless or anything like that. Take risks, but make them calculated risk. And so for me, one of those calculated risks was when I left my job on the East Coast to move out to Texas. I actually took initially a $20,000 pay cut. And it was a calculated risk, but I ended up making that 20,000 back and a little over 20,000 more a year and a half later. I always say invest in the woman will always be high risk, low reward, but investing in yourself is invaluable because you know what you're capable of.
Yeah. Yep. Hey guys, once again, that's one of the things about women don't move because they feel attached to their family and they're risk averse. A man will just move. My roommate back in DC back in the day, he just took a job in Vegas. He packed his car up. All right, dude, I'm leaving. Drove his car to Vegas. Didn't even bat an eyelid. And it's so crazy that these women won't do it, and then hate on us men for making more money. Well, We take more risks because you always want to stay mobile. And that includes, sorry to say it, guys, buying a house early, buying a house in your mid-20s, late 20s. Why? Why would you do that? What if you get that promotion? What if there's something happens to you? You had to switch careers. You know what I mean? Guys, you have to stay mobile. Rent a place, have a good amount of stuff, but be ready to where if you graduate from school, you get a new job, or some knucklehead gets elected mayor like in New York, you can just leave. You have nothing tying you there. Guys, this is what single men in their 20s can do that married men can't do. And guys, if you're with a woman who says, I don't want you to leave, you aren't leaving. Guys, she's not your girlfriend anymore, right? Now, guys, the next one, live below your means. Guys, we all know what this means, guys. Guys, I want everyone in this chat to put the year of their car. I think that I remember most people because I haven't had a car payment in years. And I make really good money because I don't have a car payment. Why would I? You know? Live below your means, guys. You should be able to, let's just say you have a high paying job and somehow you get laid off and you got to work at Costco. That Costco money should be able to keep you afloat while you get another job, you know? But these women live check to check. And if you are not single in your 20s, guys, you will live check to check too. You will live check to check. You'll have these chicks who want to travel, buy brand new furniture, buy a brand new car. Secret, you still have that old car. You know, let's go to the dealership and get you a brand new something or other. Insane.
I want to share another lesson.
Huh?
And I didn't see enough Hulk chat, so I'm not going to drop the major golden gem. I didn't see enough Hulk emojis. But I want to tell you something. If you need a fancy car and fancy clothes and to spend a lot of money to get with women, I'm telling you right now, you're not that guy.
Yeah.
You're not that guy. When I was in college, I drove a Nissan hatchback that I paid $400 for. I was the proverbial broke college student.
Yeah.
And my line brother, who was in law school and had an SUV and a convertible, I was pulling, I was turning down more chicks than he could even dream to pull.
Yeah.
Every time I turn around, yo, she got a girlfriend, can she hook me up? And I can't tell you the number of times I put Panani in other people's laps, but they've never put any in mine.
But here's the thing, though, guys.
Yeah.
The whole secret is right. Guys, you don't need money to get chicks. If that was the case, because Fresh and Funky say that all the time. You don't need money to hit chicks, or else all these single moms will get knocked up by CEOs and doctors instead of nug. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. That's a catch-22. You know, you can live below your means and still find ways to get women, guys. That's just how it works. I always say this, guys. Put yourself where a lot of chicks are. The number one place to go, guys, and I'll put you guys on some game, especially all you 20 and 30-year-olds. Guys, lace up your shoes and do a 5K. Guys, 70% of people at these running events on Saturdays are female. They're women, and a lot of them are single. That's why they're there running on a Saturday in the first place. You're going to be one of the only guys there. Guys, it's shooting fish in a barrel. Number 2, guys, get really good at something. Pool, darts, jujitsu, something, and you can get chicks. I told you guys. I knew a guy in college. He had a gimp arm. You know what I'm saying? Like his arm was all he had a birth defect, but he was a pool shark. He would play in tournaments. He would go to bars and just whoop everyone. And he was always taking chicks home to smash. Always. Because he was so good. He would attract crowds and he would have a status. You know what I mean? Play the guitar. Guys, learn like 4 or 5 good songs on the guitar. Now, all you need to do is like know 4 or 5 good ones by heart, dude, and you can pull chicks. It's not hard.
Do you remember when I told you I packed up and went to France with just a couple of suitcases and a guitar? That. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, that does work as well. One of the best. So also look for opportunities to volunteer, things that you're interested or passionate in. I used to love skiing. And so one of the best ways that I used to meet so many women, I used to be a tour guide for this company. So I don't know how prevalent this is in different areas, but on the East Coast, there's organizations that they do, weekend excursions. So, weekend gospel thing, weekend, crab fest, and weekend ski trips where it's like open bar, everything like that. And so I used to volunteer to be a tour guide in which, you meet the bus, you take roll call, you pretty much help out with a couple activities during the excursion, but you get to go for free, you get to party for free, and I met so many women because when I'm on my bus, I already know who all the chicks that are there, either by themselves or with their girlfriends. I literally got first crack. I'm also doing the excursions and the trips, meeting, and because I'm in a position of authority, I'm telling you right now, you want to build up your Panani pipeline and have that abundance mentality. Be the guy that the woman, be the guy that people go to find out stuff, to get stuff, and be the guy that can make stuff happen.
Yep. And guys, look, if you get really good at something, then it automatically shows confidence. Guys, why do you think all these dudes that are dance instructors, guys? You guys know how much salsa dancers and instructors and samba guys clean up? You know what I'm saying? Dude, they smash chicks left and right, and some of them are the most effeminate dudes you will ever meet. But man, they get out there on the dance floor and they're just laying it on. You know what I'm saying? So guys, once again, live below your means, guys. Get your wants and your needs figured out. Only focus on what you need, not what you want, especially in your 20s. Especially in 20s. Guys, the one person that can mess that up for you the most is women. Guys, because they'll be, well, I want this, I want that, I want to go to Hawaii, and I want to go out to eat, and I want to do this, and I want to that, nah. But you're the one that'll be fitting the bill for it. Absolutely insane. Guys, last one here is wrap it up every single time. Every single time.
And
do
not
care.
Believe and buy that I'm on birth control. I'm on
exactly.
the pill.
Yep.
And never, ever, always bring your own.
Yep.
Never use hers.
It's true. Guys, if she says that she's allergic to latex,
the lie detector determined that was a lie.
If she says she's on birth control,
the lie detector determined that was a lie.
If she says that the doctor said that she can't get pregnant,
the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Come on. And all you 20-year-olds, guys, 20 to about 28, 20, 29. Guys, you are going to hit that age where these 35-year-olds, these 35, 36-year-old chicks, they're in the middle of those babies. and they're going to be making it real easy because they want to find some young, irresponsible dude, right, and get him pregnant, man. You see this all the time, guys. Once you're in your late 20s, it never fails. You start seeing your friends smashing all these chicks that are about 7 years older than them. You know what I'm saying? It's all because they're trying to get pregnant. Because all the guys their age are either dating younger, married, or divorced, right? So only 26, 27-year-old dudes are smashing 35 to 42-year-olds. It happens all the time, guys. It happens all the time. Guys, do not get caught in the trap, dude. Anytime that there's some 35-year-old trying to talk to you guys. It's a trap.
You literally just made me realize something. I guess what do you call those post-traumatic memories that you don't remember? In my 20s, all I was doing was smashing women in their 30s and 40s.
There you go. There you go.
And that's one of the reasons why I guess you can say, well, I got good because in regards to the things that I do, because I was doing all these older women, not because I was chasing them or they were coming on to me and picking me up and just throwing it at me.
Yeah.
But wrap it up.
Yeah. Guys, those baby rabies are real, man.
But also keep in mind, women have no problems rationalizing putting a baby on you if you are the better man. I've had two women in my life. When I say in my life that I dealt with that tried to
mighty mow your ass.
Exactly. And but the thing about it is there was no way, like I said, you can't put crap on my ice cream and tell me it's sprinkles. And so if I know that I wrapped it up, and when things came to fruition, I was in another hole. There's no way that you can get pregnant from a condom and busting in, let's say, the back door. No way.
Yeah.
Second, another person, and so she's trying to convince me of this, and I finally had to say, "Look, sweetie, you need to go talk to the other ninja you screwing."
Yeah.
And she was like, "What? Okay." And then the second one, it's like a condom, but because she just couldn't do it for me, it's like, okay, first you're doing mouth work with protection, and then after I was done, I'm not Drake. I go to the bathroom, I empty, and I flush. So there's no way. I've never heard. So you can't even say you're like a squirrel packing nuts in your mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. That happens to you guys. That happens to packing nuts in your mouth.
Packing more nuts in your mouth than a squirrel. Yeah, some of these chicks do pack more nuts in their mouth than a squirrel.
Yeah, Ultimate makes a good point. Well, he says, guys, 34-year-old you is gonna get way more nay than 24-year-old you guys. Guys, Tom Likas, he used to say that back in the 90s and the 2000s. That's so true. Guys, put a 1 in the chat. All you guys that are over the age of 35, put a 1 if you agree. Guys, once you hit 34, 35, guys, the world is your oyster. You are basically playing a losing game. Like I said, unless you get really, really good at something, right? Or you just have that natural gift of gab, or you have your passport, you are playing a losing game until you hit about 34. You know what I'm saying? Then everything opens up for you. Guys, wrap it up every time. I don't care what she says. I don't care how much that you've had to drink. Wrap it up every single time.
And I'm telling you right now, it's only by the grace of God that they say, don't put God in this, but there's no way in this day and age I will ever move the way I used to move in my 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And because this day and age, no, I need to see your my chart. And no, exactly.
Yeah.
And even when I'm dating internationally, about 25 to 30% of the women that I get with that qualifies to be either, and I put this up in one of the previous chats in regards to be intentional, and I alluded to this. You need to be intentional with whom you allow in your life.
That's true.
Because the worst thing you can do is get a time drain or an energy vampire. The way one of my mentors used to put it, and I'm paraphrasing because I haven't heard this in such a long time. There are people in your life that are 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, and 1 week people. You do not try to make a 1 minute person, oh, hey, good morning, goodbye, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
A 5 minute person, hey, what's going on today? Maybe try to, and an hour person is someone that you can have a conversation with. Don't try to make 5 minute people 1 day people. So
that's true.
You really do need to be intentional with whom you allow in your life, because once you are intentional with who you allow in your life and the purpose that you are allowing them in it, you'll be surprised how you tend to, we heard this before, men, we have an amazing ability to deep compartmentalize.
Yeah.
For example, this is my woman, this is my side chick, or anything like that. We have we don't conflict. We have an amazing ability to compartmentalize. And when we put you in categories, you generally stay in those categories.
Yeah. And
And
that's what chicks don't understand. There's jump offs and then there's life material. And chicks don't understand that. Guys, you can use that to your advantage, right? Honestly, guys, that's a good thing.
Never try. I look. This is not Pretty Woman. You're not Richard Gere. There's no such thing as the hooker with the heart of gold.
Isn't it funny how Secret? I'm sorry. Two things. First of all, Secret, you travel nationally also. Isn't it crazy how B-dubs try and talk bad about Passport Bros, yet you're better off raw dogging chicks in Thailand or in Colombia than in Houston or Atlanta, or DC, where half of them have the herp derp. Guys, high five and herp derp rates are worse in Atlanta, DC, in Houston than in some third world countries. What a joke. What a joke. You are better off sleeping with the freaking street walker in Colombia than a B-dub in Houston. It's safer doing that.
I don't recommend it.
I don't recommend it, but I'm just saying the odds.
I don't.
Raymond, man, how you doing?
Yo, AJ, what's good, family?
What's up, man? We're talking about guys staying single in their 20s, man. You know what I mean? I think guys should stay single. Now, by single, I mean unmarried, right? Now, you can have a girlfriend, whatever. You could have a short term or mid-term. I don't recommend long term, or you can be MGTOW, right? But guys, be single in your 20s. Your 20s is right behind your 40s as the most important decade there is, but your 20s has the most pitfalls for you.
And I'm gonna share another big pitfall. I was trying to allude to it earlier, but I'm gonna share another big pitfall and a mistake that I made in my late 20s and 30s. But go ahead. I didn't even go. But go ahead,
Raymond.
Go ahead.
Nah, I just want to be real quick. It's your boy King Raymond. So listen, I just paid off my car.
Congrats.
I just got my title. If I was with a chick, none of this shit would have happened. And I'm sorry for cussing, my G. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Just paid off my car. I got my title. Man, life is beautiful, man, for real.
There you go, man. There you go. And here's the thing, guys. This is what putting yourself first does. Because, guys, we get shamed for being selfish. You're selfish. You're that. No, guys. Think of this. I actually think that us red pill guys, we are actually better than a lot of the trad cons and everything, because we've actually had time to be self-aware and introspective and make our own purpose. Whereas a lot of trad cons, they have their purpose, quote unquote, shoved on them from a young age. I have nothing against religion. I have nothing against Christianity, right? I have nothing against it.
Right.
That was good 50 years ago, where there was reciprocity from women. Now that it's going to be a pack mule. Oh, Raymond, a man of God's going to take on this woman and her bastard children. A man of God's going to ignore the fact that this chick's got a scorching case of herpes. A man of God's going to pay off her student loan debt. That's $187,000 for a gender studies degree. Clown world.
Yeah.
And guys,
maybe you need to be in the pulpit.
Yeah,
it's your calling.
This is what the whole Andrew Wilson, Greg Adams thing is. And guys, I think maybe I'll do Daytime Live tomorrow, maybe, and do a little bit of follow-up on the Greg Adams thing, because we didn't get too far into it. But guys, people think that Andrew Wilson's red pill. He's not. He's a Christian ethicist, right? Now, because he believes in patriarchy, his views and our views tend to align until it comes to things like marriage. Then he goes full tradcon, right? People have this thing where they're like, his wife has, he's baby daddy number 3, and ha ha ha. Guys, from his worldview, he's supposed to marry. Like, men are single moms aren't optimal, so men need to marry them so that we can help the children. That's what his worldview is, and that is a huge conflict with our worldview. Because what do we say, guys? No single moms. So these
fact. No single mom whatsoever.
Yeah,
we don't do that. We don't do that over here in 2025.
No way, man. No way. And here's the thing. People only see Andrew in clips from whatever podcast. So they think that he's a hardcore red pill guy. He only talks bad about single moms who left their husbands for no reason, or argue that they should be single moms, that single moms are actually better. But he never said that men shouldn't. He encourages them to. And once again, when he was on Pearly Things' show, that's when this first blew up, when he was trying to say, oh, well, Pearl goes, well, men are expected to marry chicks who have debt. He's like, well, how much debt are we talking here? She's like, $25K. He's like, that's nothing. It's like, what?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
So don't get it twisted, guys. Greg Adams, he tactically, he didn't win the debate, meaning like he was using ad hominems, but he did win in that Andrew could not refute Greg Adams' claim that marriage isn't worth it.
Facts.
He couldn't do it. Once again, when Greg Adams was saying, I'm not one of these 22-year-olds from whatever, and, you're a Neanderthal and all that, that's when you lose a debate, right? You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to go there. You know what I'm saying? But once again, Pearly Things asked Andrew Wilson, pretend I'm a guy, sell me on marriage. He couldn't do it. Twice he couldn't do it. Pearly Things asked that Lila Rose TradCon. Pretend that I'm a 28-year-old guy who graduated from law school. Sell me on marriage. She couldn't do it. Pearly Things asked Sean Strickland, the UFC fighter, what do men get on marriage? Couldn't answer. Greg Adams asked Andrew Wilson, what do men get out of marriage? He couldn't answer.
Nothing. I was once married. My ex-wife cheated on me like 3 effing times over here.
3 times. Damn.
3 times, family. I'm telling you, I used to live out in Austin, Texas, and like, oh my goodness, it was it's a story you do not want to hear. It was terrible, bro.
Well, guys, one day soon, I'm gonna have another divorce live, and Ray, a couple of other guys that have been divorced. Robin's Fly, if you're out there, because he has a crazy divorce story. You guys want to tell your stories. Richard says, I knew a guy who was missing half his jaw. He would drool all the time. He was shot in the face. He was a salsa dancer, and he used to pull. Facts! Guys, I'm telling you, take a dance class. Learn how to fight. Learn how to play pool, play darts. Become a bartender. So I'm telling you guys, that's how you slay the vagine. You know what I'm saying? Guys, don't use all caps in the chat. Raymond, so wait, hold on. Let's move on to that. How do you feel about 20-year-olds? Never let women influence your decisions.
Oh man, listen. I want to say date your age, half. What's the formula? What's the formula? Like, what is it? Date your age, half or 7, something like.
I think it's like half plus 8, half plus 7.
Yeah,
plus 3,
something
like that.
yeah, exactly. But sometimes you don't even want to do that. But but at the same time,
Ray, you've been divorced, right? So have you been like getting ready for a date recently, and then you get in the car and you turn the car on and you're headed to the restaurant, you just say screw it and just turn around and go.
family.
It's not worth it, it's not worth it.
Family, let me tell you something right now. Ever since my divorce, it was just like, you know what? I got to focus on me. My peace is my everything. You know what I'm saying? My peace is my everything. And that's why I've been so focused on me. If I wasn't focused on me, my car wouldn't be paid off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. And like, I'm so thankful that, you know what I'm saying, my car's paid off. I just got the title to my car. Like, I own something now. You feel me? I own something.
This is Raymond in the middle of his divorce. Yes. Here it is, guys.
Hey, yo,
guys.
Give us free.
This is him in divorce court. Get me the fuck out of here.
Oh my God. AJ, I want to tell you something so crazy right now. For real. I want to tell you something so crazy. So like, listen. So I keep in touch with like some of my ex-wife's family. Her cousin told me when I reconnected with her family, my ex-wife's married to a freaking girl over here right now. Like, what are we talking about, yo? Like, come on. I'm sitting here like, yo, you left me for another dude, and then come to find out, I talked to her cousin. She's like, yeah, she's married to a chick now. I'm like, what?
What?
She's married to a chick.
Whoa. Hold on.
Lesbians. Clown World.
Yo, Clown World family all day. Let's go.
Oh man.
Oh man.
It sounds like you dodged a bullet, dude.
Oh, honestly, I did.
You know what I'm saying? I can hear the relief and the happiness in your voice, man.
Oh man, tell me about it.
These chicks take and take and take and take, and then what happens is that the man is always at fault. Oh, was she cheated? Raymond, what did you do wrong? Oh, you got divorced? What did you do?
Dude, I didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
I mean,
we know you did.
Listen, okay. I'll give you this. I'll give you this one thing. Yeah, I may have a little bit of a drinking problem, but I tried to fix it for her, and she still fucking left me.
Hold on,
Sorry for
wait,
Sorry for
wait.
cussing. Sorry for cussing.
No, Raymond, question. Did you really have a drinking problem?
Only on the weekends, but like,
See, hold on, wait. So you like to drink up on the weekends? Come on, dude. I know guys. Secret, he was in the military. He knows guys that had a drinking problem. You know what I'm saying?
Ding, 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 ding.
There's nothing wrong with going out Friday night, Saturday night, or even drinking for football on Sunday. You can drink on the weekends. There's nothing wrong with. She probably gaslit you. And I can't believe you drink so much. You get up, you go to work Monday through Friday. You don't drink.
We'll see. My schedule, because I was working overnights. I was doing like Mondays through Saturdays, like 7 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was a scheduling problem because she worked days, I worked nights, and I think after a while she got tired of it. But see, here's the icing on the cake right here. Her brother died, and then that's when she just completely changed up on me. So that's when everything switched up.
Yeah.
And I tried to, like, be there for her as best as I could. But once her brother died, she died. And then once she died, our marriage died. So that was it. And then she just started acting out. And I was just like, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
And then it just went downhill from here. So, it is what it is.
Did you get married?
Oh, my G, let me tell you. We got married young. So that was the thing. We got married young. He was 21 and I was like 29 at the time. And we're talking like back in like 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just a whole experience. Whatever, yo. I love my peace. I love my money. That's all that matters.
I always say peace of mind is priceless.
Priceless, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, guys. I think that's the one thing with this coach Greg Adams and Andrew Wilson thing that's really reverberating through the internet. It's like this shows how much men are not having it. Men are not, guys. You could talk about all the religion and all the crap in the world, but like Greg Adams says, ain't no Jesus in divorce court.
Facts.
There's too much money to be made off of keeping people separate and cooking men in court. Guys, once again, there's a small group of men that use women and government to redistribute wealth from us to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Yeah. Guys, here you go. Okay.
But just real quick, in regards to, King Ray just illustrated one of our many superpowers, and that is our ability to take a hit and put our head down, grind it out, and come back ahead better.
Yep. Facts, family.
So
Facts.
We can get knocked. What was that saying, that movie? It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how quick you get up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of our superpowers.
Yep.
We can get our teeth kicked in and pick it off and pick ourselves right back up and grind it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every chick that let me see. So I was engaged, I think 3 times in my life, and I'm telling you right now, I look at where my life is now and where their life is.
Mm-hmm.
And I just say to myself, thank God I dodged a bullet.
Yo, tell me about it.
That's the least bullets that Neo dodged in the Matrix.
Ultimate
Oliver!
facts. Ultimate facts, Yoga Flames, Grip, for real. Ultimate facts.
Is that your Civic Type R in your picture?
Well, no, I have an SI.
Nice.
Yeah, I have an SI. I just finally paid it off. When I took that picture, I was working at a Honda dealership, and that's when they first came out. So I just I took a picture because I was just like, yo, that's what I want. Now that
if you want a Type R, though, dude, you can get you can import an Integra Type R Or
Mhm.
Type R now for like 17K imported with like barely any miles.
Facts.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
So
yo,
I would get one of those, save up some cash, and get
yeah,
one of
absolutely.
those. Yeah, those are nice,
Yeah.
man.
Yo, like I said, like my car's paid off. My SI is still worth at least up to 20. So I can
Yeah.
do whatever I want. But at the same time, AJ, I love not having a car payment because I'm
Yeah.
keeping money. I'm keeping money in the bank right now. That's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah, I think it's funny though that you see, guys, there's car brands like Infinity, because only women buy Infinities. They're trash. Like women are the only ones that keep those car brands alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Who buys
Facts.
Infinities? Seriously? Buicks. Old people and chicks buy Buicks. Even, I'm sorry to say it, guys, but even Acura. Who in their right mind drives an Acura? Who's paying the same price for an Acura as they would a Beamer or an Audi or a Benz? Women do.
Yeah.
You know? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
So guys, here's some more advice. Stay out of debt. Stay out of debt, guys. Please, please, please. And this includes student loan debt. Guys, most of you guys don't have to go to college, man. Guys, I have a master's degree, bachelor's and a master's. And would I recommend most men go to college? Hell no. Guys, there's so many things that you can do now. Or you can join the military, have them pay for your school. But do not get into student loan debt. Do not do it, guys. I'm telling you. The only way that you should go to college, if it's science, technology, engineering, math, accounting, econ, IT. I wouldn't even say go to medical school or law school because of the amount of time and money. It's not worth it. It's not. And guys, biology doesn't count anymore because so many 304s have gone into biology that it might as well not even be a hard science anymore. You got to get a PhD in biology to make what bachelor's in engineering to make. Absolutely insane. Guys, stay out of debt. No credit cards, no friggin' timeshares, no personal loans, no payday loans, no none of that, guys. Yeah, guys, no car payments even. Guys.
Exactly. No car payments.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a tier list of cars you can buy for cash. Okay?
Right.
Matter of fact, guys, here, let's do this. Since we have 3 guys on the panel here, hold on. Because we've talked about this once before. But let's go over this again. Guys, let's name some $5,000 to $7,000 cars. I'll go first. Guys. Oops. The Crown Vic. There you go.
The grandma cars.
Yeah. All the grandma cars. Guys, get a Crown Vic. Get a Grand Marquis.
Yeah.
Right? There you go. Loves you. Or you can even get a town car. Get a town car, guys. You can get these dirt cheap. Look at this. 112,000 miles, $6,900.
Right.
Look at this. 2002, 123,000 miles, $5,800. 2000s, 87,000. You can get a limousine for $5,800.
Hey AJ,
look up the Buicks. Look up the Buicks. You gotta look up the Buicks, though, fam.
Yeah,
you gotta look up the Buicks.
Buick, yeah.
Yeah.
2003 Buick
Buick.
Century.
There you go.
Century.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. These things, guys. These things right here. And you can get them grandma cars for like, what? $5,000.
Always maintained because
Guys,
they're always
these
owned by
things are
old people.
Tanks.
Yeah.
Tanks. That's 3.8 million guys. You can drop $5,000, six grand on this thing. Or Park Avenue.
I had one. I had a tan one that I got for like $500, and it never died on me. It was great.
Good. Look at this, guys. $2,400. Look at
Yeah.
this one. 6,500. $100. 117,000. $7,200 and $54,000 miles. This is brand new.
Oh my
93
God.
LeSabre, $4,900 with 86,000 miles on it.
Oh my
It's still brand new.
They're just boring. Like
Yes.
that's the only thing about them. They're
They're
just boring. They're super
comfortable.
comfortable. Yeah.
You know? Look at that guy.
And if you ever need it towed as well, like I never had an issue with mine, but they're front wheel drive.
Yeah.
They're one of the they're a cheap car to tow if you ever have to, because you don't have to use dollies or any specialized equipment.
Was it the 95
Oh.
Regal?
Let me see. What else are they buying?
Was it the 2000?
Oh man.
Oops. Regal. Here it is. The Regal. Because anyone else in the chat? Yeah. Look at this, guys. These things, tanks. Also, the Regals. These things are nice. Remember back in the day, man, you put some rims on this thing.
Yo.
Man, that
You
guys,
thought, you thought you was doing something with a freaking Buick with rims on it. You thought you was doing something. Like, come on, man.
You remember these guys, the Maximas? Guys, the older Maximas.
Yeah.
Tanks, man.
Those old
Tanks.
Nissans were great.
Yeah, tanks, man. You can get. You know what else? Let's do a 2001 Pathfinder.
Oh
No.
God.
Oh, he said the
No.
Pathfinder. No, he didn't.
Xterra.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
the Xterra.
These things are tanks too, dude.
Yeah.
You can get these for dirt cheap and they last forever, man. Look at
Yeah.
that. Look at that. All these have 200,000+ miles on them.
Yo.
Look at that.
Maintain them.
Yep. They don't make cars like this anymore, right?
Look at that one. 100,000 miles on it, and it's $1,100.
Yeah.
So say 11,000.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's how about here you go. 2001.
Oh, Accord, yeah.
The Accord coupes. Guys,
Oh,
the people didn't really look at these much, but you get these for dirt cheap. Guys, you just keep buying these
Mm-hmm.
and you can get them for dirt cheap, drive them until they break, and you're just chilling, man. You know what I mean?
There's a billion of them.
Yeah. Yep.
I really like the Mazda 626 Saloon.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do for sale. What?
They're kind of rare, like the saloon ones, but they're such a great car. It's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Why isn't it showing the prices?
I think it's not the one I really like is 1980. I think 1985.
You guys remember what were cold? You remember these? You guys remember these? What?
Yeah.
What? Yo, Raymond Seagrip. You remember these? Remember these Maximas?
Oh my God, the
if you have one of
89
these-
freaking Maximas.
Man,
Oh.
man, you'd have panties just being thrown at this thing if you were driving this through the hood, man. You remember these?
Yo, if you had a Maxima back in the day, like get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Especially matter of fact, if you had the Lexus GS3s back in the day.
Oh, they're good. Yeah,
1990.
Lexus are great used cars.
Yeah, they are.
Yes. Yeah, these things are still nice. But yeah, guys, once again, stay out of debt. You know, buy a car. Oh yes, Anonymous is here. So guys, Anonymous is here. Oh man. So I think guys should just stay single in their 20s, right?
Yeah.
By single, I mean not married. Have a girlfriend, right? A short term, midterm. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, Anonymous?
Well, that's your time to help build yourself up if you've made good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
That's your building time, right?
Yeah.
It's lots of people have made mistakes in their 20s, and it's and then that's your time where you have you can gain the most, because a lot of people don't take you seriously in your 20s, and they're willing to teach you things.
Yeah.
Yeah, find someone who's good in like whatever field that you want to be in, or whatever education you want to do, and kind of just glom onto them.
But do you also agree that your 20s is a time where you're actually at the most risk? That's where you see guys that are friggin' jumping off a cliff in Hawaii and get paralyzed.
Yeah,
they'll
like
get some
you feel
broad,
like you're immortal, right? That's
some broad pregnant. You know what I mean? They'll friggin' get a false SA charge. You know what I'm saying? Get in a bar fight.
DUI.
Yeah,
that's usually one. You know, you got getting in debt in your 20s. That's the word. That's suicide.
Yeah.
If you have to get a credit card, which I don't know if how you agree on this, AJ. I recommend people just get a $500 limit one, and because that helps build your credit, even though it is very low.
guys, that's
debt.
Yeah, I would get like a $500 credit card, and then get one that you get like miles and cash back.
Yeah.
Put the credit card, like charge it up, pay it off every month.
Yeah.
That's one of the only reasons why you should have a credit card.
Just buy your groceries and put gas in your car. That's what I do with mine.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yep.
And I've got credit cards with high limits, but it's like that you have to be disciplined, and unfortunately, in your 20s, you're just not disciplined. A lot of people.
Yeah. And once again, that discipline goes out the window once there's some 304 laying that thunder throat down.
Yes. Yeah.
You know
That's temptation, man.
As a matter of fact, speaking of discipline, AJ, play the clip in the private chat. It's Denzel Washington talking about just that.
Denzel.
Let's go.
Let's see. Give me 1 second to pull this up.
He's a smart guy. I've seen him in with a bunch of interviews, and he's a really smart guy, Denzel. He's great.
His son's a good actor too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him in anything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in what's it called? The one where he was the the Black Klansman. He was in that one. Yeah,
okay. I didn't realize it was his son.
And he was in Tenet.
Oh, Tenet. Yeah.
Yes, dreams. Come on. And ultimately, they fuel disappointment. On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start. But without consistency, you'll never finish. Dreams without.
True. That's true.
That's exactly what my boss says. He says it's good to be a steady Eddie.
Yeah. Facts.
This is Denzel's son.
Reach the Colorado Springs chapter.
Oh,
right. Yeah, that's a good movie. Actually.
No way.
Yep.
I love that scene in that movie where that racist guy is like talking to him, and he's just like, you know how I can tell you're a white guy? You're so articulate. Speak well.
You guys know what the funniest real life scene of all time was? When Muhammad Ali met with the Grand Wizard of the KKK, and they were. This is while he was the champ, and Muhammad Ali's Nation of Islam. So he's like, yeah, us blacks need to stay with us blacks. And he's like, you know what, champ, you're all right. They're like shaking hands and drinking beers. Whites need to stay with whites, and blacks need to stay with blacks. Like you know what, champ, you're all right.
Have you seen that thing where
I'll be back, guys? Just talk. I'll be back.
Yeah, so guys, there's a weird thing where it's like you have like the racists,
and then guys, any stories about your 20s? Feel free to talk about. You know, and I'll be back.
Yeah, I was just gonna make that point. Like, there's just the when you have on the really extreme wokies and the racist guys, they really they kind of agree on a lot of things. Like they come round to being connected right on the other side of the circle. It's really weird. Like how they think, like, because they like, I've seen some woke people. They say, oh yeah, black people should just like marry black people if they want. It's so weird. Like these people are really weird. I don't know what's wrong with them. But I mean, yeah, 20s. I mean, yeah, I when I was in my 20s, I had a thing with cars. Like I would get in debt with cars. Big mistake.
Yeah.
Like old cars. Like I like fixing old cars, and they're just they're money pits. Like just getting an old car that's not good.
Yeah.
It's like I like Jaguars, but they're just like, oh, they're such a headache.
Mm.
What about you?
Ano-
Regrets you did?
Anonymous, you're in the UK, right?
Well, I'm actually in Canada.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because my only question to you is like, what's your football club?
Everyone always asks me this, and it's just like I was never into football. Like I'm
Okay.
one of these weird English people. It's just I was more into like film and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And not to get off topic or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean, you always support the one that's local to you. So mine would have been Millwall.
Okay.
That's like a London football club. They were never any good, but people just used to support them. So,
Okay, yeah, like I'm a Tottenham fan, so you know I'm
Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, okay. That's
yeah. So, you know, not to get off topic or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's all good. I was like, did you have any regrets in your 20s, like kind of like mistakes or?
Actually, no, not in my 20s. I think my 20s, I was just like banging chicks left and right, yo. Like,
Are you still living with your parents or like
yeah, well, see, look, listen, I'm living in the family estate, you know what I'm saying? So
nice.
and that's the beautiful thing, because like that's the whole point of me, like me saving money. Like, and I'm not even ashamed of that, yo, for real. But like most of these bras these days, they would probably look at me like, oh, you still like, so what, yo? I can still bring bras to my crib, bang them out, and it's nothing, yo. Like, come on, my parents don't give a ish. You know what
So
I'm saying?
a lot of them don't understand. This is the difference, right? It's like I find between men and women is that men realize how to sacrifice stuff in their early 20s. Like men are more like women in the way that they think because they haven't matured enough yet. Because they're like, no, they want instant gratification. That's when they start making mistakes. But when you get older, you start to realize no, sacrifice is where it's at.
Yeah.
Because it rewards you in the long run. And a lot of girls don't really understand sacrifice, I think.
Exactly.
It's just like you have to compromise on things.
I don't think a lot of chicks understand that. You know, they want to see when they see a dude, they expect this, that, and the third. So like I really don't care if I meet a chick. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But like if I do, it's just like, listen, this is my situation. This is why my situation is what it is. I chose this situation for a reason. Like, you got to understand, like, my mother and my father are both in their 70s.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I need to be home for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like they're kind of living with me as well. Just keeping an eye on them, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. I feel you, yo, for real. It's just like, yo, if I'm not here, like, I need to be here. I mean, I don't have to be here, but I feel like I need to be here. I need to be.
Responsibility comes in, right? Like this is sacrifice.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, family. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like,
Well,
I need.
a lot of girls didn't have a good father figure. I noticed these days. I didn't have a good father figure, but I think it's different for men because you kind of try and find good male figures around in your vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
Like friends or like because I'm a big believer in like you're the average of your friend group, and it's like if everyone around you is a loser, what does that make you?
Well, I wouldn't say a lot. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of my friends are average. A lot of my friends, like my best friend lives around the corner. He makes like $100K a year, but you know, but we've been best friends for like 30 years, so we get each other all day, every day. So, but it's just like, for me, it's just like I'm family orientated. So
Yeah.
it's just like I
Well,
need
if
to
you're
be
earning money, this is the thing. It's like if you say your friend's earning 100 grand, right? Say
Right.
that you're earning 70. Okay, what you're doing is probably like that house is probably paid off, right? Your parents.
Oh
house.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so that's all paid off, right? That gives you your money where you can actually put that money in extra things, like you can put them in investment accounts, you can put them in other property that you can rent out, you can put them in all other things. And
Right.
it's just like, I'm a big believer with a man without bills is a rich man.
Mm-hmm. And
And
especially like with me, like I live in the US, so you already know what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with me being here with my parents, it's just like, yo, moms, you need like $300 in groceries, boom, I got you. So no, it's not even a problem.
yeah, in and out. That's why I tell my mum, like, I just e-transfer her. She ever needs money, I just send it over.
Yeah, and it's like you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't think these bras understand, like, because they're so caught up in what society is. Like, no, I'm not gonna give you. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna give you $300 to go on a first date. Like, get out of here. When I can just give it to my mother and my father, that means most to me.
Yeah, but you guys remember how we talked about the average price of a first date in the United States? You guys remember this?
Yeah.
Average price of a first date in the U.S. This. The average price first date $77 based on 2020 service survey, but in 2025 it's $125.60.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Right, and then, this is the Black Tux average cost of a date in each U.S. city. You guys remember this? Remember
Damn.
this?
I don't think I saw this one. This information.
New York, the average cost of a date is $155.78. Look at that. $123 in Sacramento, $144 in San Francisco, $141 San Jose. Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, that's
Why?
nothing. That's nothing. That's really nothing. But these bras today, they want like 3 to 5. Like, what are we talking about over here?
Whoa, guys. What's the topic of the show? 20-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$144 to a 21-year-old. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I was 21, shit, and I was a college student waiting tables. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah. Especially if you're in like Miami or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like super expensive.
Secret. When you're down in the Dominican or you're down in Colombia, how much does a good night out cost in Colombia?
Oh, wow.
$50.
Yeah, and
There
that's
you
like
go. There you go, Grant. There you go, Grant.
And that's going someplace. You know something. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna try to send a video to the private chat so you can kind of get an idea.
Yeah.
I'm see if I can send something.
You can go to nice places
because I'm real big on receipts.
But guys, down in Argentina, back when I was there, the exchange rate is 27 to 1. So you can go to like a 5-star restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Go to these nice places, and it's dirt cheap for us. The DR,
Right.
Brazil, Colombia, Thailand. You're just chilling. I don't see why any young guys, let's just say that you graduate from college or you're out of the military, you get your first job and you're 23, 24, 25. Guys, just go on 2 trips a year. The rest of the time, be monk mode. Devil's advocate. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
What's up, my brother? What's up?
Dylan, dude. Guys, we're talking about being single in your 20s, man. I think dudes should be single, meaning not married by any at all in the 20s. Have a girlfriend, short term, midterm, obviously, but she has to be on your program. But if not, stay single because you're a 20s. There's so many ways that you can get got.
Here's my. I mean, I just wanted to show some love, right? I can't stay too long, but I wanted to show some love. What if I could give advice to my younger self, right? I mean, I tell you guys right now, right? I tell you guys right now, and I'm in my 40s, right? I make about, let's say, 45K a year. 45K a year, that's nothing. But even though I make about 45K a year, my net worth is over 300 grand.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And that's thanks to investing, saving, budgeting, being disciplined. And here's my thing. If I was smart enough, right? If I gave advice to my younger self when I was in my 20s, I would say, bro, stop thinking about women.
Yeah.
Stop putting women on a pedestal, focus, grind. And I would have been multi-millionaire right now with the knowledge I have right now. If I had in my 20s, in my 40s, I would be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
So that's a problem a lot of us older men have missed out because we're stupid in our youth.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Only now I'm trying to gain millionaire status in the next 5 years, but I could have done that when I was in my 20s, but I focused completely on women. Oh, when am I going to get a woman? My girlfriend or this or that, and that has been a detriment.
Yeah.
Detriment to my older self.
DA, I was saying earlier that I had a middle school teacher who got drafted to the Pirates, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he didn't go because his wife didn't want to move to Pittsburgh.
Oh, word.
We don't realize how much women will mess up our path. Women will mess up our decision making.
Well, Raymond, I know that you're being offered a promotion that's going to increase your pay by 35%. But you have to move from San Jose, California to Seattle. And I don't want to leave my family. And there are guys who are going, okay, dear, dorky, I'll stay here. Beta. Come on, dude.
No, let me tell you this horror story, right? I mean, it's a black mark on me, right? But I want to share it with the younger men because I want you to learn something.
What's
right?
wrong?
When I was a fool,
Being
right?
black. No, I'm playing. I'm joking.
I got a 10K loan, right? 10K loan because my girl at the time needed surgery for something, right? I got a 10K loan to pay for her medical bill. And then soon after, she left me.
Oh, no.
Dude.
And I still have that. I had that debt I had to pay for. Oh, no. And that's, I guess that's my simp self.
Yeah, I know a guy that paid for fake boobies for his ex. And now Chad is sitting there giving, letting loose on the boobies that homeboy paid for. You know,
he's on the bongo.
But guys, here, so my story. So there's a couple things with me is, I was always the nice guy at high school. I got chicks, but I only got like 5s and the occasional 6. You know what I'm saying? But I was friends with all the 9s and 10s. Right, because I thought,
facts.
Friends on, right? But then in college is when I realized that I could be the guy that the chicks were complaining about to the nice guys, and then everything changed. I was the biggest just ass to all the girls, and I was getting all this boon. But then I got into a relationship for 6 years, so from like 21 to like 27, I was with my ex. And guys, do you know how much farther along? I do really, really, really well, but that has to be one of the dumbest decisions I've ever made. Was having that person affect my decision making.
Right.
But it's also one of the biggest bullets I dodged. Because she wanted this huge wedding that was going to be like 25, 30 grand back in 2005. It was nuts.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, it was nuts, dude. And I dodged those bullets. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And what happened was the last year that we were together, I was just wanting out. So I just put in for grad school in a different state and said, yeah, raking up and I'm leaving. So packing my stuff, deuces, and off I went.
Yeah.
It was the best thing I ever did. You guys, you cannot let these chicks affect if you if you're gonna switch jobs, if you're gonna move, if you're gonna work more hours, if you're gonna buy like
or even switch shifts. Because like I was doing nights, and I was trying to tell my ex-wife I wanted to do morning shifts because she was a assistant teacher in the mornings. So I was just like, hey, I want to switch to mornings. She was like, no, stay on nights. What the F for? Like, come on. So we can stay at home. Like, nah. And then that's when I figured out she was like literally started cheating on me. So I was just like, okay.
There's always an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
And that's also a very valuable lesson. Never pay attention or don't put too much credit on what they say, on what they do.
For sure.
You guys remember this scene right here? Hold on. Who's seen Any Given Sunday?
Oh yeah, fact. That was the movie.
You guys
that
remember?
was the movie. Yeah.
The quarterback?
Why? You're the goddamn quarterback for the Miami Sharks.
Everybody's telling me what to do ever since college. This is not your decision. It is mine.
Oh God, what was his name? Oh goodness.
I will not.
Look at that, guys.
Oh my God, what was his name? Oh my
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
And Lauren Holly. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So he says, sitting there saying, look, I'm old, I'm beat up, I'm tired, I can't do this. And she slaps him. He says, sitting there taking hits from huge dudes and then leading men on the field, but can't be the alpha his own home. This is what women can do to destroy you. This scene always resonated with me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And guys, this is what Russell Wilson's going through. Russell Wilson's wife, will leave him. She will. Not if, but when. She will leave him.
Yo, come on, AJ. I'm a Giants fan, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So guys, let's go back to my little presentation here. So okay, so guys, once again, this is okay. That's a thumbnail. Never let women influence your decisions. Stay mobile so you can pick up your crap and leave. If you're in New York and this knucklehead mom Dommy's in charge, you want to be able to pack up and get the hell out of Dodge. Look at that, guys.
Yep.
Live below your means. Guys, there's no reason why. If you're 27 or 28 and you're an engineer or a plumber, you're making 70, 80K, you should be able to get laid off and have 6-7 months of an emergency fund, and also be able to get a job at Costco or something and have your bills paid.
That's a really
what up, Sam?
You got to think, right? Men don't have a problem with living below their means. Again, the problem is women.
Fact.
Right?
Yeah.
I was spending thousands of dollars on the women I've been with, and I was like, God damn! Every time I'm with a woman, my pockets become empty.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing where we need to use our youth to gain self-respect, self-love, build ourselves into the men we want to be when we're older. And that's part of having discipline. That's having direction in your life. No one, right, should directing you how you use your money. And if we are bending to women when we're younger, we will bend to women when we're older. Right? And that's the thing where, again, yes, promote that advice to younger men. Focus on yourself. Be the best man you can as early as you can be. And that's the thing we gotta focus on. Right?
I just think that being a man, there's a couple of milestones in your mid to late 20s that you should hit. Number one is realizing how much your time is worth. You need to understand before you're 30 years old how much your time is worth. And if you're not getting it, you need to switch careers, switch jobs, move, do something. Okay. Number two, mom and dad are just mommy and daddy. I mean, sorry, they aren't mommy and daddy anymore. They're two adults who raised you, who did their best, right? But you need to take their advice.
Always.
But don't let it affect. Like, you are your own man. You know what I'm saying? So many dudes I know let their mom or their dad, who's not maybe they didn't have the best dad, or maybe they had a goofy mom, lead them astray or give up perfectly good opportunities. And then the last thing, guys, you have to steel yourself to the effects of women's tears. I cannot tell you how valuable of a skill that is to develop, where these chicks cry and you don't care. Mods, please drop DA's Devil's Advocates channel in the chat. Guys, go over there and drop him a sub, please.
I love you guys. Your brothers are amazing. All right, later, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, facts. DA, salute.
Yeah, those three things right there will help you out so much. And I can say to C-Grip too, I would add travel. Guys, travel in your 20s, travel and C-Grip. Let me know. Ray, have you been outside the United States? Have you been to like South America or anywhere yet, Raymond?
Man, I wish I could go. I want to so bad.
One of the things,
not yet.
And C-Grip can help me out here.
Yeah,
guys, don't let pretty affect you. That's
hell no. Hell no.
No. But listen,
never.
I know Brazilian guys and Hispanic dudes and some Persian guys and stuff, where you see how they treat women, and the reason why is because they fine girls are around them all the time.
Yeah.
Americans have simps. Oh my God, this pretty girl talk to me, Tyler. Guys, you took to Colombia. There's dimes everywhere. You can't throw a rock without hitting a 9 or a 10. To us, it's shocking. Like you get off the plane, you're like, God damn. To them, it's nothing.
And I've said this on chats before. Having that abundance mentality. I always I used to tell, one thing I just said, look, I'm in the land of milk and honey. As soon as I step out the door, I got women vying for my attention. And
facts, Grip, facts.
When like I said before, women get online when they realize they in line.
Yeah, for sure.
And so another thing I wish I would have learned early that now I'm a master at. You have to earn everything you get from me. That whatever I provide you, you have provided me with enough value to where I feel as though, okay, now this is worth it, because everything's an investment to me. And so, and so, like I said, I try to break things down in digestible chunks. But yeah, when you start developing this mindset, and here's the thing, it comes through practice and discipline. Someone once said to me, because they see how I move and they see my outcomes, and they're like, how do you know all this? How do you keep all this how do you keep track of all this? And I said, because it's who I am. It's a part of me. I don't got to think in regards to how I interact with women, how they interact with me. Everyone, you have to qualify. When you start, like even when it comes down to your seed, women, if I don't say if I wanted to have a half dozen kids, I could. But women, no, they know I don't. No, you got to earn the right to get this.
But here's the thing: they sure will try and sneak. That's just the thing, guys. There are chicks by hook or by crook, man. That's why you got to leave them alone. Korg, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
How's it going?
But yeah, man, especially guys, these if you're in your 20s, these 34, 30, 35-year-old chicks, if you're 26, 27, you're at the bar and all these 35, like mid-30s chicks come after you, guys, they got the baby rabies. And
You have to have rules.
Some young dude to friggin' give them a baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm allergic to latex.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I forgot my birth control.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
The doctor said that I couldn't get pregnant.
Yo, he said I'm allergic to latex.
Come on, man. What a joke.
And that comes back to discipline and rules. You know, we've all heard the saying.
Oh my God.
Like we all heard the saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yep.
When
Facts.
You have to have boundaries and you have to have rules, because it's those boundaries and those rules that will start becoming ingrained in you to where now it's just who and what you are. And you know, and I always say you got to treat it like an application. When it, you know, you got to be slow to hire, quick to fire. My last ex, I broke up with her. So I broke up with her, and I literally said to her, "I'm done," because being with you, I can't see life with you would be insufferable.
Yeah,
I literally told her life with her would
seriously,
be because. Once you and this is a chick who was trying to come
went to the
me,
Webster's dictionary. He went formal on this bad boy.
And don't be afraid. Like, you know, when a woman start coming at you with this partner stuff, and no, we are not partners. We are not equal.
Yeah.
I can send countless receipts. Every woman I deal with, no, I am a benevolent dictator. My generosity knows no bounds.
Yeah.
When you do what the F you're told and submit to my will.
Mm.
And so one thing I say to women early in relationships, that whole forever, I'm looking for a woman, and this is and I wanted to you know, kind of, I was going to, in the beginning show, I was going to try to give this as a thought exercise for the chat, but my qualifications for a woman is, you know, the whole proverbial, you know, you have to be fit, feminine, and fine. And you have to want to submit to the leadership and guidance.
I was about to say that submissive and traditional grip. I'm telling you. Oh my God.
But here's the thing.
Hold on, guys. Those two things go hand in hand, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember, the key part is that, you know, I want a woman who wants to submit to the leadership and guidance of a good man with a good heart and a good head on his shoulders.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, no, you don't go submit into Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nut Nut. No, a man who has demonstrated that he has the drive, the capacity, and the knowledge to, like, I can trust you.
But here's the thing,
us.
Secret. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. They want to have to do it proactively and not reactively. So, for instance, I can't believe that I'm saying this, guys. I haven't been hit in the head. Crowder made a good point. I know. Stick with me, guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Crowder and Myron were having a conversation. Crowder still has TradCon brainstorming, but you could hear the red pill coming out of him. He was saying how you can have a chick that wants to get married and all this other crap, but once again, she's been with this dude that was like beating her up or whatever, and therefore you have to prove that you're not that type of guy to her.
No. That's the worst.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying is don't put yourself in that position. But that's what happens, which is why guys like to get girls when they're younger and not having all this baggage and trauma. Because or now they've got ran through and they're in their 30s and 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I want to submit. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, don't fall for that. You know, and so that's why I talked about the indoctrination we have in this country. And so, and so the narrative and the spin that a lot of these people these women try to, and these institutions try to put on us. And one of the many worst pieces of crap I heard was this one chick, I want a man who will heal a heart he didn't break and raise didn't.
Yeah.
Is that
TradCon,
that was
guys.
the most so no. Here's the thing. Why make things look, at the end of the day, it's already challenging being a man in this world.
Right.
No one is coming to bail us out or save us. And society lets us know on a regular basis if we don't measure up or if we are a failure. And so why compound that by making decisions that make your life harder? Going back to what Devil Advocate said, gentlemen, time magnifies and compounds everything we do, not just the things we do right, but the things we do wrong. And going back to today, I met with a woman who in the early 90s, from 95 to 94, she worked at this institution. She contributed $13,000 to her employer plan, and the institution contributed $35,000. So literally, she left in 1999. So 95, 4 years, $55,000 in that account, and it's just been sitting there. We spoke today. Her balance is now over $400,000.
Whoa!
$50,000. She put 13 in between 95 and 94. 13,000. The employer put 35,000, and she left it alone. Fast forward today, over 400,000. Time magnifies and compounds everything. And so in the 90s, she's 62 now. So in the 90s, she was in her late 20s, early 30s. That's the power of being focused in your 20s. You can set up systems and things in place and forget it. And fast forward 25 years later, have close to $500,000 from things you did for 4 years.
Someone says, "What's wrong with Crowder?" Guy, dude,
Where do you want us to
TradCons are the
start?
worst. Like, where do we start? My wife and I waited until marriage. Well, we didn't have sex because we're religious and everything's gonna work out for us. You guys are so jealous because we're religious and you're not. We did everything right, and there's no way that we can get divorced. Well, guess what? Crowder found out, guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Crowder drank the Kool-Aid. And now, of course, his wife baited him into that argument, made sure that ring cam was recording, leaked it to the press, and then all of his TradCon friends, Matt Walsh and all those idiots, turned on him. Tommy Lahren, Matt Walsh, Candace Owens, all of them. Crowder's abusive. He's a horrible person. She set him up.
So one, and that's another thing. I wanted to bring this back to our 20s when you talked about not doing anything stupid, like, jumping off a cliff to impress people and, getting paralyzed. Arrogance and ignorance, they will get you every time. Leave your ego at the door. I mentioned before in previous chats, men, you need to think of yourself as a brand, as a business. You're King Ray, you're in the business of King Ray. Anonymous, you're in the business of Anonymous. AJ, you're in the business of AJ. You represent your brand, and and you have to protect it at all costs. And so, I call it death by 1,000 concessions. When you allow these women, slap, disrespect and all that, it doesn't happen overnight. It's slow and gradual. It's insidious, and that's why you always got to be on your square, because life, just like life, will poke and prod for weakness and try to take you down. So will women, and so by staying on your square,
absolutely,
to nip all that crap in the butt. As a matter of fact, one of my friends might be listening to the chat now. He's on his way home from work. I have a lawyer friend in Vegas, and he's listening. And one of the things that he always say is, Grip, you're too hard on these chicks. You're too ruthless and everything like that.
Please.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
But and he's been saying that for years. Well, last week we had a very interesting conversation, and he said, something, you're right to be hard on these chicks. And I know why you are the way. And because, like I said, you see my outcome, you see my result, you see my peace. And like I said, peace of mind is priceless. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, and you got to have boundaries. And women need to know what you will and won't tolerate. And, they're like, I jokingly say they're worse than children, because at least children don't know no better. You have to teach them. And so, and so I reward the behaviors I want to see more of, and I punish the behaviors I want to see less of. And you either get on my program or not, because I will replace you a whole lot faster than you'll replace me.
But here's the thing, guys are choosing nothing. That's the funniest thing.
Yes,
imagine that's how bad Western women are. Even guys in their 20s, when their hormones are raging more than anything else, it's a time where we are biologically programmed to procreate the most. And our late teens and 20s, we aren't talking about incels. We're talking about guys that actually have game, guys that are they're choosing to just either not date or get passports. Think about how bad Western women are. Let's just say that you're the only fried chicken joint in town, and there's people who like fried chicken, and everyone's going to the pizza place. How bad does your fried chicken got to be for them to just not be eating fried chicken? Isn't that crazy? How bad does your food
to the point where it makes you sick over here? Like, what are we talking about?
Only in the West can you shame the customer for not liking your product.
Guys, I was on a stream with two Orthodox Christian guys, and I was asking them, I was like, who has the power, the buyer or the seller?
Oh,
it's the buyer.
Yeah, the buyer. The buyer is
always the buyer.
Yeah, the buyer always has the power, right?
Yeah.
Now, guys, we live in this modern world with social media and marketing and stuff where because remember, so the whole point of advertising is making up a problem, convincing you that you have it, and also convincing you that they have the solution. That's all marketing is. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And guys, women fall for it all the time. And as we have this TikTok brain and effeminate men, right? Men fall for the same thing. Here's the thing. Why do you think when you get a male customer base, men tend to spend a lot of money on the few things that we really like? You know what I'm saying? 40K, anime, video games, hunting, shooting, cars. When we find something we like, we spend a lot of money on it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas women just spend their money on all types of craziness. It's hard to get men as your customers. And once you do, you'll get a lot of money out of them. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And here's a good case study. How Gillette got women to shave.
Yep.
Whoa.
Gillette, what's the fastest way to double your customer base? Get women to buy.
Yeah.
And so how Gillette and learned this in marketing in college. So one of the things I remember. But yeah, they literally used marketing to link body hair to femininity and the need for hair removal and how European and the French women shave. And that's how they got women to start shaving and double their customer base.
But there's one more thing that you're not talking about, C-Grip. Not only that, but let's make the razors pink and charge 70 more cents each.
Yes.
Morons. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, man.
Helmets.
All because they're pink, guys.
Just like a woman.
Oh, well, we have the pink tats. Buy a blue razor, you dumb.
Yo.
What are you talking about? Guys,
True indeed.
I used to sell Fiats, like the little cars.
Mm-hmm.
they came out with a model that was called the Gucci model.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they had, again, wasn't made by Gucci. They just let their brand be used, right? And they just had
they
Gucci
licensed
like
it.
embossed on the seats, and there's a couple of other little things. That damn car was 10 grand more than the
Anonymous,
equivalent one.
can you come closer to your microphone?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
Huh?
So so that car was 10 grand more expensive than the equivalent one of the Gucci model to the Lounge, which was the expensive one. You had to pay an extra 10 grand more just because it had Gucci stamped on it.
Ridiculous. My friend got divorced, and he had to sell his house in San Diego, and then he and his wife split the profits, and then he invested his, and now he's a multi-millionaire. His wife got a boob
Would she
job
blow all hers on?
and bought a 2011 Dodge Avenger Jay-Z New York edition. First of all, Dodge Avengers are trash. Anyways, you're gonna buy a special edition Jay-Z hip hop Def Jam. What are you doing?
Really, Jay-Z?
Yeah, I don't even.
What?
Horrible. Now, guys, let's look at some of these TikTok guys giving guys advice in their 20s, and let's see if we agree or not. Here we go.
If you're a lonely man in your 20s, you need to listen to this. Too many young men are focusing on the wrong things. They're spending too much time playing video games. They're isolating themselves away from friends, family. They're turning to drugs and alcohol instead of bettering themselves, which will ultimately better society. And when you turn to these different outlets instead of doing actual work, it creates a sense of isolation and loneliness within a lot of young men. I've been there. And oftentimes a vindictive behavior or vindictive beliefs about society in general. So instead of turning to these other outlets, these negative outlets, find a community of friends who care about you and who want the best for you. Go to the gym, start working out, start focusing on your career and passion. Because when you do, everything else falls into place.
Now, guys, someone's doing some clicking or something. I don't know what, but whoever it is, that's like a rapper from something you're eating.
That's me. I'm getting a beer, so pipe down. And
Hey.
it's not one of your nasty IPAs.
It's in my ears. All right. So he is right, but here's the thing: you know that those negative outlets he's talking about, he's talking about us. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All these
I take
guys on-
umbrage with
Yeah.
I take umbrage with his whole okay, I agree a little bit. I wouldn't say focus on your career because that sounds like a feminist thing. Focus on being the best at improving your skills and expanding your skills so
Yep.
that you're more marketable and more versatile. And you don't necessarily have to find a circle of friends because that's almost a risk of getting into an echo chamber, but focus on yourself. So that part I agree with.
But focus on yourself sounds like a feminist thing, kind of, in a way.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on.
it's like what we always talk about.
Yeah.
Work out, learn to box,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Here's the thing, guys. You can have friends, but you have to surround yourself with the right type of friends.
Exactly.
Guys, you can't have these
Yeah.
loser ass bums that are doing nothing. There's nothing worse than you see these guys. Do a relationship audit, like once every a year and a half, 2 years. Write down every single person who you talk to regularly, and write down the pros and the cons of knowing them. And if the cons outweigh the pros, get rid of them. Don't talk to them anymore. That's a pretty easy way to kind of
That's
whittle
true.
down.
That's true.
Talk to you guys. That includes family too. If you have a knuckleheaded brother, sister, aunt, grandpa who's an idiot, who's always asking you.
Do not let family overrule you in what you're doing or what you want to focus on. Big mistake.
Yeah.
They're honestly, family, some of the biggest anchors that you can have in your life.
Yep. Oh, I wouldn't even call him an anchor. I'd call him a millstone.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's my view on family and friends. You can tell more about a man by the company he keep and the friends he's around himself than the family he's born into. I always say family is like a poker hand. You might not be able to help the cards you're dealt, but you can fold anytime.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so, but back to the point on friends. I think Cord kind of hit about the right kind of friends. That's the you don't want to be in an echo chamber. You want friends who will challenge you, who will call you out on your BS. My friend that might be listening now, there are times he'll call me and I said, look, I got a bone to pick with you in regards to what you said. What you just said here is nonsense and crap. And I check him, but guess what? He also checks me, and I have friends that we check each other and go back and forth. And that's another thing about men. We can passionately disagree and sometimes get in heated discussions, and then it's done. Whereas women will hold on to that stuff. I jokingly say, I said to one ex that, you hang on to your love, you hang on to your anger like a lover on a cold winter night. They hold on to stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're the worst for that. 100%.
Holding a grudge is like swallowing poison and waiting for the other person to die.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Even though, guys, once again, I don't believe in the whole forgive and forget thing, guys. I do have a petty side, because if someone does you wrong, guys, indifference. I'm telling you guys.
No, it's forgive and learn.
I just say forget and leave them alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
If someone wrongs me, I'm not good at forgiving. I don't hate them. I just think that they're just dead to me. That I don't even see them anymore. So let's move on.
Well, they're toxic.
Yeah. Here we go.
Hey, I got something for you real quick since I'm a little bit late to the party. So guys, what you want to do is you want to set what's called SMART goals. And SMART is an acronym. So you want to do this, okay? So S, it's a specific goal. The goal is clear, it's detailed, and it's unambiguous. So you might say, hey, I'm going to improve my fitness by running 3 times a week for 30 minutes. The goal has to be measurable, okay? Because a lot of times we identify a goal or we define a goal, but we don't know how we're going to measure that goal. So you say, I'm going to increase sales by 10% this next month. In the A, the goal is achievable. So it's got to be realistic, but it's got to be attainable. So you might say, hey, right now I'm only benching 125, but I want to be able to bench 200 by the end of the year. And
Or
it's
225
January.
for that matter.
Yeah. The goal has to be relevant. Okay. So it's going to align with your objectives. So how is it going to help your career? Is it going to create a habit, or is it going to delete a habit, or is it going to support your health? And then, as I alluded to in the achievable goal, or excuse me, the achievable goal, it needs to be time bound. I'm going to do this within 30 days. I'm going to do this within a year. I'm going to do this within the next quarter. And you want to set waypoints to your goals so that you can measure your progress. So like Segrip pointed out, and I've done this in the past. I'm kicking in X amount of dollars in my 401k every paycheck. And then I can see that the next time I get a raise, I'm going to increase that amount another X percent, so that by the time I hit a certain age, I've got a certain amount that I've kicked into the principal that it's grown exponentially. So I'll get my softbox there.
Yep.
Not bad advice, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Yo, AJ.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
All right, so AJ, Grip, Anonymous, or let me jump up out of here, man. I got to get up at 5 in the morning. I got to go to work because, these bars can't do it anyway. So,
Hey, King Raymond, thanks for calling in. Thanks for sharing your story. If we have a divorce episode, man, you should call in
Oh
and tell
yeah,
your story, man. But
yeah,
there's
yeah. I got a story for you, my brother, all day, every day. But
guys, I've got emails from guys that have sent me their stories about divorce. You know what I'm saying,
yeah,
guys?
man.
It's just guys think that you have a lot of guys that are red pilled in a marriage where they're married and then they take the red pill. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? But you guys know how like there are guys that are in a job that they hate, but they're more scared of. I mean, they think they're better off dealing with the BS that they know than the unknown. That's how a lot of guys are. They think that they're better off in their shit marriage than getting divorced and dealing with the unknown. So yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, facts, my G. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Yep.
Take care, brother.
In your early 20s can be kind of a confusing time. Are you supposed to allocate all of your time and resources and energy towards your career and forget family and friends and finding a girlfriend? Or are you supposed to just say, this is the last time, no one depends on me in my entire life, so I'm going to go backpack through Europe? Or is this the last time you're going to be in really good shape in your life? So you better hit the gym 5 days a week and prioritize health and wellness and 8 hours of sleep and eating clean, macro-driven diet, like the core pillar of like what your life should be? Or better yet, should you just become a stoic and read and drink performative matchas and carry a tote bag around? There are so many things, and I think this is like a really weird time, especially for like young men in history, where the guidelines and the goalposts of like what you should be aspiring to have kind of shifted pretty drastically and pretty recently, and they're kind of like popping up and appearing in a bunch of different places at the same time. And I think that I've kind of fallen as I've gone through most of my 20s now. I'm about to turn 29. I'm 28. I found myself basically pursuing one of these avenues 100% of the time. Like there's been times where I've completely devoted my entire life to my professional career and I haven't spoken to friends. I haven't spoken to family. I've not pursued like romantic relationships at all. There's been times where I'm like, oh, I need balance. I need to find Zen. Or times where I'm like, I need to go David Goggins mode and I'm going to just work out in the gym 7-8 days a week and do 2-a-days every day and do 75 hard 5 times this year. Been there, done that, done them all. And I think the biggest takeaway that I've had from it is that it's really easy to allocate 100% of your time and 100% of your energy.
Guys, how long do you think this guy's been talking?
About a minute.
A minute and 42 seconds, and he hasn't said shit. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. He's like a chick.
He's just given a bunch of options, and it's like, guys, it just depends where you are at whatever point. Like,
no, but he could have just said, "Look, guys, there are times in your life when you feel like where you kind of put all of your effort / eggs into one basket." You know what I'm saying? You might feel conflicted because you might want balance. You know what I'm saying? This is what he could have broke this down in like 45 seconds. I don't even know what the point is because he's been talking for almost 2 minutes. He hasn't got to it yet.
I hate to say this, but I've noticed this in the younger millennials and the older Gen Zs. It's just sick word salad, and I'm thinking, get to the freaking point, you Nimrod.
Yeah, and it's always in the pursuit of comfort with these guys.
Yes.
Like, where am I going to be most comfortable? And it's like, you should be uncomfortable. You should be in pain most of the time. That's most of my life, and that's when I feel like I'm alive, is like when I'm dealing with a difficult situation.
Yeah.
If you're not bleeding, you're not living. Your 20s, I hate to say it, guys, but your 20s really are not a comfortable time in life.
Not at all.
That is major. It is major growth mode.
Yeah, I think that your 20s, you have the most risk. Meaning, there's the most pitfalls where you can ruin the rest of your life, and then your 40s. Your 40s, that's when a lot of guys get divorced. That's when a lot of guys still think that they're indestructible and they're playing basketball against a dude or doing jiu-jitsu against a dude half their age and blow out a friggin' Achilles.
Oh, dude.
The best way I would describe your 20s is the old Alice Cooper song, Jesus Crying Out Loud. This is from when I was a wee little boy and the older kids would play it on the school bus, is the song 18. I'm a boy, but I'm not a man.
Yeah.
I'm not a boy and I'm
Right.
not a man. It is,
Yeah.
you really do not start figuring things out until you're in your mid to late 20s.
But here's the thing, though, Korg. That's a relatively new thing, and that's only in the West. Because I was talking about,
Oh, yeah.
because teenage, that very concept is new, right? Oh, here, look at this.
It started in the 50s.
Have you guys seen these?
Because you had guys that
You
were,
guys seen these?
what the hell?
Papa? It's what the Dagestani dudes, the Georgian guys, they all wear these hats, right? It's a symbol of manhood, right?
Oh, okay.
And so,
Why
like,
is there a girl wearing one?
because
Scroll down.
because Khabib is a very this is different. But Khabib and Islam, they're like huge UFC fighters, and the UFC sells them as versions of them as
I see.
but like different cultures have
Makes
their
me
own
think of an
versions.
osprey.
So like Marab, he has his, but this is a different type of sheep. It comes from a certain sheep that's herded in the mountains, right? So when a boy turns like 12 or 13, he gets his papak, right? And this means that you are a man. Like you got to be out there in the wintertime herding sheep and chasing off wolves. If something happens to your dad, guess what? There is no teenage years. You're a man. You got to protect your mom, your sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you have to do. There is no teenage years in a lot of these places in the world. You become a man and that's it. There is no like, you're going to be 18, 19, 20 and no, you're working on the farm. You're out there hunting. You're fighting in whatever ethnic conflict that they have. You know, in Dagestan, in Georgia, like if a guy puts his papak down, you step over it or you step on it, that's like fighting words. You know what I'm saying? Because you're disrespecting his manhood, you know?
You need to get useful real quick.
Yeah. So there are certain parts of the world where 14, 15, you are a man. There is no transition process. Like you are a young man that has to do manly things. You know? So
if you read some of those stories from the Revolutionary War, that's what happened to a lot of young boys. They became the man of the house.
Yeah. Yep. And then also too, guys, the thing is, guys, even though we say 18, 19, 20, your brain hasn't formed yet, we still have the whole concept of men being adults at 18, 19, 20. Women, however, have a extended teenage years where they can 26, 27.
55.
Yeah, I was young. I didn't know any better. I was young. I didn't know any better. Whereas guys at 18, 19, commit a crime, get in a fight, they get charged. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like
try lowering it to 14 for males.
Yep. Yeah. And then there's hold on, what is this?
Hey, Anonymous.
This guy has a fox one. It's pretty gangster.
Yeah.
So,
Anonymous.
Yeah.
Hey, are you down for some arrows and a couple pints?
Oh yeah, always. Yeah, a couple of arrows. Yeah, nice.
I knew you'd know what that is.
Yeah.
And this guy here,
You're doing things right.
I think he's great. Sai Guzman says Rob's a goat. She's going to UFC 323. Nice, man. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for the $2. Guys, I remember UFC 1 back in the day. That's how long that I've been watching MMA. You know, that's my favorite sport. It's the best sport in the world. Thanks for the $2, my friend.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
This guy makes.
You're doing things right as a man in your 20s. You're going to be extremely lonely, bro. You'll have human beings around you physically, okay? But psychologically and emotionally, there's a lot of shit that you really just have to chew on by yourself. If you're feeling like no one understands you, like why isn't my family checking up on me? Why are my friendships closer than they actually are? Understand that that's really just the normal life experience of being a man. But there are a couple of things that you can and should do to combat that loneliness, okay? Because your oxytocin, your connection to other people, your well-being, a lot of this is really correlated. The path a lot of guys take, which I think is the wrong path, is getting a bridge loan girlfriend, which is basically shacking up with a girl that's like okay enough, leaning on them for their contentment, their happiness, their social interaction, with the intention of later breaking up, or eventually they just kind of get stymied into a marriage. I understand.
He was good until the marriage part, because guys, there's nothing wrong with a just for now chick. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, like girls do it all the time, right? They have a just for now guy, you know, a temporary Tim. There's nothing wrong with having a temporary Tammy, you know. Just don't get her pregnant and don't marry the broad, you know. You're fine.
Look, I have
it's that 35-year-old single mom.
Secret.
Yeah.
What you saying?
I have no problems letting women know that I am not Mr. Right. I am Mr. Right now.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And why guys do that. It's definitely the easier thing to do, but eventually the woman's going to want more. If she says she wants more and you say you don't know, but you do know, then you're being a dick. If you find the one and she supports you through it, that's great. That's amazing. But for the guys who haven't found that person yet, where you really are going to find that connection is with yourself, with God, and with your brothers. Okay? With yourself, with God, with your brothers. The 20s is the time to form a rock solid relationship with yourself. You're going to spend more time with you than anyone else. Okay? So that means journaling. That means meditating. That means having conversations with your future self. This is a real folder on my computer, and we've got October, August, right? I'll write these letters to my future self over and over again. We got me and my mom. I had a lift today. It was me in 6th grade Dobby, and I put on 6th grade bangers and the headphones, and I hung out with him. He was small and he was weak, and I'm big and I'm strong, and I told him, I'm there for you, bro. You can spend time with God and your brothers alone in the trenches together, fighting their fucking fight. You're fighting your fucking fight. They've got the situationship going to fucking shreds. They've got the job offer, gets fucking pulled back. They've got the ups and downs. You've got the ups and downs. And you're all in the trenches together, okay? And these relationships, they're not going to become more plentiful, okay? You're not going to meet your fucking groomsman of your wedding when you're 33. So the guys that you have at like 26, hold on to them for dear life. And
now, I disagree, because once you get a hobby, like, guys, you want to make really good friends, guys? Join a kickboxing gym. Join a jiu-jitsu gym. Those guys who you will meet doing some type of physical activity, martial arts, anything, you sweat and bleed and punch each other, kick each other, you build bonds for life, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of the guys that I did jiu-jitsu with, kickbox with, some of my best friends, you know? And guys just oftentimes don't take on new hobbies as they get older, especially if they have some wife who's like, Corey, you always spend time at the gym. You play darts too much, or you can't have your friends over to play in the band. It's like, that's the usual reason why guys have a lot of hard time making friends. Did you see that one? I think Bill Burr had his podcast, and this guy wrote in, and he was saying, like, now that the kids are out of the house, he like set up like a art studio in his son's room and was going to teach himself how to paint, because he's always wanted to learn how, and his wife was just hating on him, calling him stupid, calling him dumb, calling it's stupid that it's gay.
You know what? My ex had a friend of hers, and I couldn't stand this woman. And this was back in the late 90s. And this woman's husband bought a 60-something, I think it was a Catalina or something like that. It was a car that the guy had in high school. And he always regretted selling that car. And he found one, and it was in great condition, and he wanted to fix it up. And this woman just went on a tear. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need to be working on that car. And I said, hey, he's not out skirt chasing. He's not out at the bar. He's at home working on his car. What the hell is the big deal? And she was bitchy and pissy about that par. And then I learned years later, after we broke up, that those two ended up getting divorced. And I thought the icing on the cake was when that woman told me, yeah, and of course he got remarried to a younger woman. I almost said I don't blame him, but fortunately I kept my mouth shut.
So, one of my isms is when you break, stay broke. Don't circle back. Don't do the reach back. If you take a step back and you think of every relationship where someone broke up and they got back together, I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts 9 out of 10 ended up still breaking up and worse off. It's that going back where you end up getting the person knocked up or end up catching the case or end up doing stupid stuff. So exes are exes for a reason.
Yeah.
When you break, stay broke.
Yep. Guys, never, ever, 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 ever. If you break up with them, can I come over? I just need closure. We all know what that means, right, guys? They just want to come over.
Do not do it.
This is the last week going off their birth control, and then they get you to. Next thing you know, they're pregnant.
I know 3 guys that got babies with that whole closure stuff.
Yeah. Never, ever, ever.
Well,
man.
and it's like AJ said, you guys want to do something, freaking do it. And if the woman if you've got a woman in your life and she starts nagging you about it, no, you set boundaries. Like Seagrip said, you set freaking boundaries. And I know a guy whose wife wanted to move back closer to her family, and he said, "Okay, hope you have fun."
Good.
And she said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "I'm not moving."
Yeah.
So if you want to go back and live closer to your family, I wish you well. And she shut her damn mouth after that.
Yeah. Like I said before, they're always going to, shiznick test you. And so how can I put it? As I said before, in sales, they always say the strongest move is your 180-degree option. Never be afraid to turn around and walk away, because just like the morning train, another one will be along in 10 minutes. So another mistake not to make in your 20s. So one of the exercises that I wanted to ask the chat in the beginning was, have you thought about the kind of woman you want to have in your life? Qualities, attributes, look what she got going on for herself. And for a lot of us, we kind of do have an idea what kind of woman we want. And I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts, not one person in the chat, and challenge me, if you are that one person, put a one in the comments that you said, I want a single mother. I want a woman with a kid, and I want to raise another man's child.
And anyone who puts a 1,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Come on.
That is one of the biggest. That's another one of the big mistakes I made. Getting involved with women with children and making the allowance that, okay, well, I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. Okay, it's acceptable for women to have at least one kid. Okay, now I'm in my late 30s. Okay, 2 kids are acceptable. No. That will be the biggest drain on your resources, especially if I'm willing to bet, once again, dollars to donuts, the majority of men in this chat have a lot more in common with me when I say we're the upgrade, that we are significantly better than the dude who they let impregnate them and pass that person's DNA on to the next generation. And now we're the upgrade. So stop trying to save these chicks. That will derail your life so much investing in another man's offspring.
Yeah, playing another man's saved game, dude. No
Yep.
thanks, man. No way.
Because and here's the thing, I always say, wise people, smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others, and effing idiots just choose never to learn. It's okay to be an idiot every once in a while in your life. Just don't choose to be one your whole life. And when and at the beginning of the chat, I said, listen to, Tony Robbins said it best. Success leaves footprints, but Jim Rohn used to say, so does failure. And when a man who has
secret, sorry, this is for you, bro. This is for you.
Hearing some men on this app talk about they would never date a single mom with children, as if they are some magical golden prize. Pointing out that single moms just come with
now I'm afraid.
Meanwhile, Jerry, you're in 3 situationships. Like, let's talk about your little carry-on baggage there, shall we?
3 situationships means he's a Chad.
Yeah.
Hello, that means he's spraying up walls all over town. What are you talking about?
And I'm
What baggage does he have? The guy has baggage? Are you kidding?
Yeah, he's obviously doing something right. He's banging 3 chicks at the same time.
I'm going to speak from experience here. Yes, they are
Guys, whoever's mouse clicking, yeah, thanks.
some women out there who are toxic, who have not done their healing. I'm not going to deny that.
Stop.
That's
Stop.
a human issue.
What is that
not a
healing
single mom issue.
BS?
And last I checked, healing is individual. And by you lumping all single moms into a category just shows your lack of emotional maturity.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So
Thank
trust me
you.
when I say you don't have to worry about this single mom looking twice at you. Because looking at your profile, I'm almost certain that I would run circles around you any day of the week.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Guys,
Our EBT balance.
Guys, AJ said
are
it
you
best. Single moms are
going to-
only good for one thing: smashing.
To run circles around anyone.
One of my very
When
one,
you have crumb crunchers running around.
so about 13 years ago, one of my very good friends got involved with a woman with 3 kids.
Single moms are recreational use only.
Exactly.
All men that are worth a damn know this. Your father must be proud. And I feel sorry for your kids. Laughing face. Post. Oh, guys, hold on. Let's see if her kid's mixed race. Hold on.
Oh no.
Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Wouldn't that be hilarious? If they were.
It'd be obvious.
Oh, she thinks she's pretty big for her britches.
Yeah. Yes, you think she's Billy Badass.
God, I always get a kick out of these chicks who
no,
think they're Billy
I don't think
Badass.
so.
Well, at least she's that smart to leave her kid off social media.
No, she has pictures.
She's got the
pictures of
kid
her
there.
kids. Yeah. Look.
Oh, really?
Yeah. These knuckleheads, dude. These chicks are demons, man. Demons. Why?
I wouldn't even say they're demons. They're God, that was the word.
Holding women accountable?
You've been had.
Look
You've
at this.
been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Are you serious? What a joke.
Is that video she's made?
What's that? Yeah.
Oh my God.
These are playlists, and of course, she's all about Jesus, right? As she has bastard kids.
You're not oppressed. You're allergic to accountability. Oh, that ought to be a good one.
Come on, TikTok.
Let's face it. Ladies, I know what culture tells you, but
Can't do it, guys. That has copyright music. So,
Oh.
guys, anything else on the top of the topic? We'll go to the airport here in a second. So, anything else on the topic? Guys? Oh yeah. I was gonna say about career paths, guys. Once you're 18, you graduate high school, guys. Trades. I rank them: trades, military, college.
Yeah,
those are how I would rank those.
The biggest point I would like to get across to younger men is, and I cannot emphasize this enough, you are not here to make other people happy.
that's true.
Period. If you want to do something, I don't know what it is. It's not my business. You have a pursuit that you want to follow, do it. Do not be afraid to fail. Because if you fail, then that means you found something that you're not supposed to do or that you're not good at. And you use that as a learning experience. Don't listen to your mother. Don't listen to your father. Don't listen to anybody who says you can't do X. If they say that, use that as fuel to say, yes, I can. And if you fail, then you found something you're not good at, and then just move on to something else.
Oh, you guys want to see something? Sorry. Just keep going.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, guys.
And
sorry.
I want to add something too. Let's find the word.
Guys, look at this. Look at this. This is, guys. Check this guy out. So he goes by the Nexus, right? And he does this thing like what if Batman fought like with Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, the Predator. Dude, it's so badass, dude.
Zombie in the classic.
So like he's basically going on his whole. So he calls this series contingency plans. So he figures out like how to beat these things. It's so badass.
Gas station 3 miles from the lake. Broken windows, rusted pump, stench of mildew and rotting wood. Back door forced open. Stains on the concrete rust? No. Preliminary
So he
review.
draws these.
Jason.
It's so cool. He has the Predator, Freddy Krueger. It's so badass, dude. So good, guys. I've been binging this guy's channel. This guy's
People have been disappearing in
Look
the
at this.
Gotham tunnels, workers vanishing without a trace, and when bodies were found, they were corroded by an acidic substance, impossible to identify. The concrete walls were burned through, like they'd been dissolved in seconds. I followed the
Oh, so it's him being a detective, because remember he's the world's greatest detective, right? So like he's fighting Michael Myers, and stuff, and he has to call a Zatanna in to like
generated in a
teach him
sealed
about magic so that she can break the link between Jason and the lake. It's badass, guys. Check. So this guy calls himself
to
the
retreat.
Nexus. And dude, this is so badass. You guys, I've been binging this whole thing lately. And it's so cool, man. You guys will like it. So, anyways, I digress. Who was saying something?
So, something that I learned when I was pledging. Excuses are the tools of the weak and incompetent, used to build monuments of nothingness.
And the women.
That's right. And those who specialize in using them are suddenly good for anything else. Excuses. Learn to embrace the grind and be happy that stuff that shiznick is difficult, because successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. I've said it before in previous chat. One of the best things that I did in my late 30s, early 40s is I turned my car into a university on wheels. Guys, write these names down. So when you get a chance, go on YouTube and look up Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret. Listen to that. And this was something that was recorded in the 50s, and I swear it rings true today. But also start listening to Les Brown, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy. Darren Hardy. Turn your car to where your commute to work, it should be, I spend my mornings trying to listen to something that is educational, motivational, or inspirational. You change your mindset, you change your direction, your altitude. So, yeah, you guys are lucky because, those of you who are listening to this right now, I wish I had men like this or an outlet like this when I was in my 20s. I had the capacity. I just didn't have the right teacher or mentors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, who wants to watch
and to add on to what
in a little bit.
To add what Seagrip said, there's a quote by Henry Ford: "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're correct."
Yeah. That's actually a pretty good quote. Yeah,
I am telling you guys, life might suck, but at least you woke up on this side of the grass and not the other side. You know what I'm saying?
It could always be worse.
Yeah.
Could always transition.
This weird thing.
I knew a young boy, and I always told him, I used to feel sorry for myself because I had no shoes until I met a man who had no feet.
Yeah. This is
so that's a great way to put life into perspective.
Guys, and this is what we see with the left. These no kings, morons, and all this crap. Guys, they've never left the United States. They don't know how terribly that 85% of the world lives. Southeast Asia, most of China, Mongolia, most of Russia, the Middle East, Africa, Southeast Asia, cooked.
Oh God, I think it was in Kenya. I can't remember which port we were in. I was on a carrier, and we always had to anchor out in a majority of ports. And we would have a garbage barge that was positioned on the starboard side of the ship. There were guys scavenging through our trash for food.
Yeah.
And that was just, I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I saw this. And they thought they had struck gold.
Yeah, I was in Buenos Aires, and outside of Buenos Aires, they have the shanty towns. So they're where people just build their houses made out of tin and cardboard.
Just a tin, just a tin hut.
Yeah, and they're just destitute. You know what I mean? There is no suburbs there are, but that far out of the city, you literally live so poor. It's insane. And then you have places like Brazil and Argentina. You have to pay a fee to get a social security number and be an actual citizen. And there's so many poor people in Brazil that can't pay that they're illegals in their own country.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I've seen, I had somebody take me to their home in the Philippines, and it was just a 2-room shack. That's all that they had. But damn it, if they weren't happier than a lot of these freaking women on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I had a couple of friends of mine say, what's the difference between us here and then my friends who live in Argentina and stuff? What do they have that we don't have? And I said, enough. They have a concept of I have enough. We're just chilling. It's that's absolutely insane. But Here we go, guys. Let's watch this. Let's watch this chick get tased. You know, because thanks to Tammy Hicks for dropping this. But let's do this first.
That's the sound of the police.
No, you do not. Get out of my house.
Stop screaming. Come over here.
She's
Officer, you can't understand what she's saying.
Show down.
I'll press the top.
Put that stick down. Put it down. Show down. He just.
Come and speak to me. Come and speak to me right now.
Get out.
I'll come speak to you.
Yes,
Come
you
speak
are.
to me.
I'm not.
Get out.
You have no
Hey,
respect.
let me talk to her, okay? You don't talk to
Get out.
her.
Right here because
And I'm giving you a lot of commands to step outside.
He just attacked me. They just attacked me. Look at my face.
Do me a favor and go sit over there. Let me talk to her.
going to jail today.
On October 11th, 2025, officers responded to a call of a domestic battery in progress. When they arrived, tensions were already high, and what they walked into was far more chaotic than anyone expected.
I didn't do anything. Get off of me. I didn't do anything. No, let me go. I didn't.
Good luck picking her up.
The forklift.
Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. Appreciate that. Guys, we will be live tomorrow. I think we're gonna try and get more of the Greg Adams, Andrew Wilson debate stream.
What did I do? I didn't do nothing to her. I didn't do anything. But I didn't do nothing. But I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything.
Oh, they're shorts. I thought that she was in her underwear.
It's not even a big ass. It's a planetoid.
Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
Guys, do you see that? Those numbers, it has its own zip code.
Yeah.
Now.
I do.
Put your hands behind your back.
I do.
Put your hands behind your back. Do it now. You're under arrest.
Man. Why are you trying to ban me?
I'm gonna take you.
Let me go.
Do it now.
Let a woman do it.
We're not doing that.
Let a woman do it.
Behind your back.
Do it now. Okay, you said one option.
There you go.
Let a woman do it.
Officer.
Do it now. You will be tased. Do it now or you're gonna get
Let a
tased.
woman, let her do it.
Okay, I'm here. Wait here.
No, you wrong.
Put it back.
You got 10 seconds to put your hands on your back or take it.
Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
Wait, let me know what am I getting arrested for.
Look at all that,
Look
guys.
at it. Look at it. Yeah.
I hope that they're not on the second floor.
Do it now. I didn't hit anyone. I didn't hit anybody.
Okay, you're gonna get tased. Put your hands behind your back now.
It's the
get her?
most wonderful time of the year. Let's go.
You sure you can get through all that?
Look at that.
Put your hands behind your back.
Dumbass.
Taser
Hands on your back.
Taser again.
No.
Hands on your back. Or you're going again. Hands on your back. You're going
I
again.
didn't do
Do it again. You're gonna get
I
tased
didn't
again.
do nothing.
Put your hands behind your
I
back.
didn't do nothing.
Do it
Oh
now.
God.
Do nothing.
I didn't do
I
nothing.
didn't do anything. I didn't hit anybody.
Hands on your back or tase you
I
again.
didn't do it.
I'll play.
Hold up.
my
Hold up.
Bum bum bum.
Hold up. So I recently spoke with a deputy at the sheriff's department of where I work, or excuse me, where I live. And I got to talking to him about watching these videos. And he explained to me that when you get tased, it's like a giant Charlie horse in your entire body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Being
tense up
tased
on
is
that.
not fun, guys.
That just makes it even better.
Guys, AJ just murked me because the way I was actually eating a peppermint, and when he tased her, I almost choked to death. So guys, if y'all hear about me getting murked, tell my family to sue AJ. He almost murked me.
Like he said,
Blanked out.
He said the optimal place for somebody to get tased is if one electrode hits them in the spine and the other one hits them in the calf. That's the best positioning because it's a complete circuit and your entire body locks up.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Just handcuff us on the car at this point.
Look at that gun.
I didn't. I did no, don't. I need a medic. I need a medic. I didn't
That's the most
even do
exercise you've had in a while.
I never hit no one. I never did anything. All I did was do what you told me to do, bro. I called you. I didn't do anything.
You said what?
You have a taser, kid?
No. We'll come back and get her to the car.
No, I need a medic. I don't want nobody to touch me. I need a medic. I need a medic.
34. You're for custody for domestic
I
battery.
never hit anybody. This is so
You want an ambulance?
Yes.
Okay, but we
An
need to,
ambulance?
okay, we need to get her to the car.
Cop is kind of hot, right? How you doing?
Yeah.
Never did anything to nobody.
Sit up.
I need a medic. Don't touch me.
For what? Your type 2 diabetes?
That bitch ass nigga. He's a black bitch. He's a black. No, I need a medic. Wait till the medic.
Back in the good old days, they used to just break out the baton and just smack them.
You just start wailing. Yeah.
Stop touching me.
Get up.
Wait till the medics get here. Stop touching me.
Get up.
Stop touching me. No. I need a medic.
If you want.
I need a medic.
You should just drag her to the stairs and just tumble her down the stairs.
Gonna get a hernia.
Stop touching me. Wait till the medic comes here. Leave me alone. Get your bitch ass off of me.
Just wait for the
You
medic.
bitch ass little dick ass cop. Get your
Man,
bitch
I'm
ass
telling
off.
you.
Yeah, now I'm gonna really. And I swear to God, on my granny, bitch, you're dead to me. I swear to God, you're dead to me. And bitch, when I come home,
That's enough.
I'm still getting fucked. Ain't no, that's enough. Cause I told her that I'm not getting up. I need
I
a
would
medic.
love to see
Oh,
these
wait, we're
people
gonna-
overseas.
Guys, look. Hold on, guys. It's one guy with two chick cops. There's
Oh, man.
he's cooked. There's no way that
Jesus.
Why don't none of these
idiot,
people? Why don't any of these people ever exercise their right to remain silent?
Yeah.
Oh, they have the
They're-
right. They just
yeah,
don't have
they're-
the ability.
They have the intelligence.
They're B-dubs. I mean, let's be honest. They wouldn't.
But
Man, I'm
they're
telling you,
AJ, they're so afraid of the police, man. They're
Yeah.
so afraid. Clearly, like I'd be terrified in that situation.
As a
I've witnessed. I was in South Korea and a prostitute was screaming at a police officer, and he just hauled off with an open hand and smacked her.
I call that an immediate attitude adjuster.
Oh, it was.
Oh, hitting the reset button. Yeah.
Bring it down.
She was handcuffed, and we all just said, "I'm out of here."
As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, AJ, I know how you can be at 100,000 subs before Christmas. All you have to do is get rid of your common sense, moral value, and logic, and just tell women what they want to hear.
Yeah. No thanks. But all right, you guys, I'm gonna shut this bad boy down, guys. I'll be live tomorrow. Day shift. We'll look at more of the Andrew Wilson thing because I realized that we didn't get that far into it. So we'll get farther. Into
I
it.
like the Ike Turner special.
Say again?
Tim H, the Ike Turner special.
I know, right? Yeah. But so the Ike said him right. All right, you guys. Appreciate it. Take it easy, guys.
See ya,
Take
mate.
it easy, man.
All right, guys.